Alright. Hello! Sorry I haven't streamed on YouTube in a while. Oh, really? You're at the hospital.
I'm
What's
in the
up?
hospital.
Everything alright? Everything alright right now? Because, yeah, I haven't streamed in a while because, I got sick. I was tested positive, if you saw my community post, but I recovered a while ago, so I'm able to stream once more. So, yeah, everything should be good for me now. I'm not that sick anymore. Oopsie daisy, I forgot to switch. I'll drop the item. But I did buy a chainsaw for whatever reason, because I was like, you know what, why not? I'll buy a chainsaw. By the way, I have my Switch set to January 17, since I haven't played this game in days, but I have been progressing, so kind of a good thing. So, not too bad. This game's really fun. It's enjoyable. Like, even though I've been missing a couple
I am
days.
not okay. I am in so much pain in the hospital. Luckily my parents are there for me, but I keep having vomiting and diarrhea. I had surgery.
Oh, vomiting and diarrhea. That's pretty bad. Kind of reminds me when I had the stomach flu. And my goodness, it was miserable having the stomach flu. You don't happen to have the stomach flu by any chance, right? Because, my goodness, it's a really bad experience to go through. Because I know what it was like to have the stomach flu. It's a nightmare. I never want to go through that again. Pretty bad. Very bad experience. No, it's not the stomach flu? Well, at least it's not the stomach flu. That's a good thing, but it's something else, huh? But yeah, for the stomach flu, I experienced something similar where, yeah, it did give you constant diarrhea, vomiting, stomach pain. That's like the same symptoms, but you're dealing with something different, huh? Yeah, I know I have too much fish bait. The reason why for that is so I can catch as much fish, so I could sell it to CJ the beaver. So for right now, I'm just gonna be fishing, because that's why I haven't. I didn't want to forward my switch time to the 18th because then I'll miss out on catching fish for CJ, because CJ does pay a lot for fish. Alright, what do I get? That is a dab fish. Oh, what's this? I got a reward. Oh, for catching a fish, a dab. Easy achievement. I also may need to go dive for some sea creatures too, so that way I can get rewarded with the Nook miles. 5 times the amount. Alright, I'm a fish. Go fish. Scatter food. What's the problem with fishing rod?
Church cuts my signal.
What's that? I didn't see your message. It's not showing. Oh, alright. The nearby cuts your signal. I wonder why. Gather some food. Catch some more fish. I know it sounds boring that I'm just fishing, but I just want to save up some bells because I'm grinding. I'm more focused on grinding than decorating my island at the moment, because I wouldn't say I'm broke, but I do want to save up a lot of bells. I know the turnip prices is one thing, but I'm very unlucky when it comes to turnip prices, since I try to sell my turnips, but I don't get very good prices. I get very low. That's not really good. My mistake was buying turnips around the price above 100, so I should never make that mistake again. If you see my face cam, well, aka the virtual cam, which is a bear, I'm just using that right now. I haven't been using it that much in a while. So, I love bears, so I like using a bear as an avatar. See, what do I get I get rewarded with. But yeah, I hope everything's going okay with you, Ambrian, because sounds really bad having to deal with stomach pain, throwing up. Because I had something similar, but that was a stomach flu. And I had that experience back in 2019, in fact. And it was not pretty at all. It was a nightmare. Catch some fish. Fishy fish. Here, fishy fish, fish. I need some bells. I'm gonna be grinding. Yes, sir. I want some pizza. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I could eat other food now since I no longer have the current world event virus. So I don't want to say the name of the virus because how YouTube is. When you mention the name of the virus, it starts marking your video as stream just because you mentioned the name of it. So I'm not allowed to say the name, but you get what I mean. I'm not even allowed to talk about it, like, specifically its name. But I could talk about the symptoms. What were my symptoms when I was dealing with the virus for this year? My taste buds were disappearing, so I wasn't able to taste any food. I had shortness of breath, but don't worry, I'm fine now. The only way I survived was because I drank a lot of water and had a lot of medicine on me, and I did eat some healthy food. Which, by the way, I ended up losing 13 pounds, which is quite a lot, in fact. I did lose a few pounds. And that was only because I was eating nothing but fruits or yogurts or soup for like the past 2 weeks or so. Well, that's kind of a good thing though, that I lost some weight, I guess. I did exercise a bit too, because it's important to exercise while you have while you're sick, because if you don't exercise, it'll weaken your body. So I did exercise a bit when I was in my room, because yeah, I was obviously quarantined for a while. But right now I'm doing okay. I mean, I even asked my parents, like, oh, is it safe for me to walk around the house now without the mask? And they were telling me, like, yeah, don't worry about it. You don't have the symptoms anymore, right? I'm like, I just have a runny nose, and that's it. They're like, oh, okay, that's nothing's too serious. You can breathe, right? I'm like, yeah. Can you taste food again? And yeah, absolutely. So my immune system fought the virus already. I'm doing okay now. So no need to worry. I'm just glad to be back. Because on the first couple days when I found out that I was, when I had the virus, I've noticed I've been coughing a lot. I've been sneezing a lot. That wasn't good, I was pretty sick. And then whenever I would eat something, for some reason, like, I noticed my taste buds were off. I couldn't taste anything. The food I ate just tasted like nothing, and I'm like, I wonder why. And then I had to get tested, and then that's when I realized, oh, I have it.
Yeah.
It was really rough news when I found that I had it, because I lasted 2 whole years without dealing it. Oh, hi, hello Noah, how you doing? So right now I'm just fishing to sell. Fishy fish. Here, fishy fish, because I have a lot of fish bait, and I have a lot of resources to craft more fishing rods. This is as fun as fishing in Pokemon.
Yeah. Really.
Hold up, your voice was cutting off. I couldn't quite hear you.
Brother, it's just an awful. How start blinking on, it will start.
Hmm.
I don't get like what was going on.
Hmm. Yeah.
Anyways, I'm working on my island. How have you been?
I'm doing good now. I'm not that sick anymore.
Well, me, I'm getting worse. I just lost sense of smell today.
You got worse?
Yeah, I lost my smell and taste.
Your smell and taste?
Yeah.
That's not good.
Mm-mm. I really like the VTuber model you got going there.
Yeah, I haven't used it for quite a while.
I don't really remember the last stream you used it in.
Uh, was it a Jackbox stream? I can't remember.
Hmm. I could get you another fishing rod if you want. I have the gold one. Actually, I
Oh,
have a spare in storage.
oh, that's right. I should start making gold ones. I'll go make one right now. It's funny that I've never used the gold nuggets that you gave me. I just stored them away.
Yeah, I mean, like gold early game is like practically useless. There's no like real use for gold early game.
Hey,
Hello. How are you doing?
Hey.
I'm good, just chilling the garage room.
Chilling in the garage room? I should be fully recovered by now. I'm not dealing with any severe symptoms. Other than just a runny nose, and I'm fine. But I still need to get tested, even though my family believe that I'm fine. Because my niece fully recovered. She came out negative. But I don't know about myself. I cannot guarantee I'm fully recovered, but the symptoms are going away, so... Wait, why does it say the controller's dying? I thought I charged it.
It's definitely just a glitch.
I thought I charged that controller. How could it be dying?
Yet half of the garage is turned into a room.
Half of the garage is turned into a room? So you sleep there now? I'm gonna have to switch controllers once this one dies. I would sometimes cough, but not really. Like, not as much. It would only just be once in a while. So that's why I cannot tell if I'm still fully recovered or not. I would occasionally cough. Oops, I scared the fish away. That was my fault. I got a little carried away. Ooh, a pebble.
I mean, I used to do to my brother, my sister-in-law, and my nephew used to be in my old room.
I see.
Something that confuses me is that you could catch deep sea animals in like the clear shallows of the ocean.
Hmm.
I'm glad you're back.
Glad I'm back. Yeah.
Yeah, I know how much you've went through myself, seeing as I have COVID.
Yeah.
I know like what you went through myself.
Because on the first week, it was really bad. I had trouble breathing. I couldn't sleep well. Um, my appetite was very low. So I wasn't able to finish any food. So I would only eat fruits. Something smaller.
For me, I would have like a hard time moving. Like my legs like felt like rusted gears.
Oh, I
Like it
haven't.
felt like I had rusty gears for muscles.
It's kind of like fever where your body's just vulnerable.
Yeah.
I think I've had that when I had uh, fever and the chills.
Mucus stuck in my throat.
Oh, you still dealing with that?
Yeah.
I occasionally deal with that now. At least water helps.
What's up?
How's it going, King? I'm just catching some fish. I have a bunch of fish bait. But yeah, no more symptoms other than just a runny nose and occasional mucus. I'm doing just fine. Nothing too serious. I could breathe normally now. I can taste food normally too. But I can't guarantee that I'm fully recovered, because I still need to get tested. So my parents believe I'm fully recovered,
Hello.
but I still don't know for sure. Hello, Elmo. How are you doing? You dropped those, who dropped the food fish bait? Quick. Give me the fish. Alright. More squids. There you are. I thought I did a challenge already. Didn't I do a challenge already? Could have done one. I did this challenge already, and I swear I saved it too. I have to do it again. And I've set the switch time to the last time I played it too. So how could it reset? I thought it doesn't reset. And I thought you could only do those challenges once per every time. That's weird. Hold on. I need a slingshot. I just saw a balloon not too long ago. Oh wait, that's a net. I thought I picked up the slingshot. I gotta pay more attention. Can't let the balloon get away. There it is. Leave that there for now, and I'll pick it up when I can. I wonder what it could be. Flower sunglasses. I'll just leave it outside, along with the other items I've left outside.
Alright, so my new router just went out.
Your new router went out?
Yeah, I don't know what's been going on. I literally just got like a new router like this week. It's already been going out. I don't know what's going on.
Pretty off. I'll put these fish away for now. If I can store anymore.
I have a cool tip. You should save them for when CJ comes over. Then you can make bank off him.
I have to do this challenge again that I have already done the same day I played it though. Pretty off. Does it happen to reset?
Actually, I have tons of bait in case you need any.
I wonder why I have to do this challenge again if I've already done it. Because doesn't it say that once you complete the challenge, you can sell fish the rest of the day?
What?
It-
And what exactly is the challenge?
It's a small challenge. I just have to catch small fish. But the thing is, I've already done it before. The same day. I have it set to the same day, too. I don't know why I have to do it again. And I saved it, too. Pretty weird. I thought I already done it.
Yeah, that's weird.
Did the game just forgot I've already completed the challenge?
Likely.
Pretty easy challenge. Have to catch some small fish and that's it. Is that a small fish? Yes, it is. Well, it could be a pebble too. Alright, that's one.
Whenever I catch a rock when fishing, I like to say, "It's a stone, Luigi. You didn't make it." It's kind of an inside joke.
Yeah.
It's a football. I chiseled it.
A horse mackerel, the most common fish I end up catching.
Yeah, aside from sea bass.
Even though they're common, it makes the challenge easier at least. That's weird, I've already done this challenge. On the same day. And yeah, I have to do it again. Did I
Hey,
not save?
hold on. You catch a big fish sometimes. If you catch a big fish, that breaks the streak and you have to start all over again.
Yeah, big or medium fish I'm not supposed to catch.
Yeah. If it if it bites but you cast too early, that also breaks the streak.
Yeah. Does it break if I accidentally run and scare the fish away or no?
Mm,
It doesn't break the streak if I scare it away by running too.
no.
Well, that's good to know. Alright, that's fish number 3. In fact, I have to do the same challenge twice already, and I've already completed it the same day.
Yeah.
Everything. 8 out of 400. Alright. No, controller, please don't die. Yes. Sell the entire stock of fish. Too bad sea creatures don't count though. Just fish.
Yeah.
I didn't sell this one. I guess I forgot. Why do I have an air conditioner outside during winter? Everyone's gonna get sick because of the air conditioner. An outdoor air conditioner during winter. I need some fish bait. How much better this controller has? Not too low. But if it dies, then I'll switch controllers. I have plenty more. Oh, I forgot about these. I'll take the clams. Oh, I see something right here. Oops. There we go. Oh. Was my last YouTube stream on December? I can't remember. Or was it January? Oh, right here. Close enough. No, my controller's dead. Guess I'll use the GameCube controller. I don't know how that's gonna work out, but I'll... Okay, this is gonna be weird and uncomfortable to get used to on a GameCube controller. Oh, I don't like it. I don't think I'm gonna like playing this game on a GameCube controller. It just feels off. Because how the layout is just different. Yeah, I'm not comfortable, but I'll try to adapt to it as much as I can. I've never played it on a GameCube controller. Feels weird though. Just like the same weird experience I had when I tried playing Mario 64 on 3D All Stars. It just felt really weird. While on Mario 64 on the Wii, it felt really good. Kind of unfortunate they didn't let you change the controls on 3D All Stars for, I guess for the button layout, because sometimes you might not be comfortable with it, so you might want to change it. Specifically, I like the layout to be the same as how DS went out. DS layout was pretty easy to get used to. Mario 64. And the closest to that layout was the Wii version. I'm playing the original Mario 64. Alright. The D-pad I'm already used to. I gotta charge the Pro controller for some reason, even though I thought I had it charging the whole time, but I guess not. I thought I saw something here. I guess not. So bizarre playing this on a GameCube control. If this game maybe had the option to change the layout, that would be nice. But on the Switch menu, you cannot change the mapping of the GameCube control since it's wired. You're only allowed to do that to Joy-Cons or Pro controllers, unfortunately. You cannot do it to wired controllers. Because for wireless controllers, they save data. Well, the first party ones, not the third parties. Third parties is a different issue. Like, yeah, there is wireless third parties, but they don't save your layout settings. Some. I think there are some that do save, and there are some that don't. So, so that just depends what brand you buy it from. But the Pro controller I was using that died, that one does save the button layout. Because it almost functions the same as the first party controller. It's just the only thing it lacks is the amiibo reader. So other than that, like, it still functions as a almost as a official controller since it can register as one. And it lets you change the maps of the buttons. Not too bad. Why I like using it a lot for some games like Animal Crossing or Miitopia. In Miitopia, I did not like using the GameCube controller either. Felt pretty weird. But Mario Kart and Smash, those are like the only two games that I like using GameCube. Because, no, the previous Mario Karts and Smash games, it was always comfortable using a GameCube controller. That's why there's a good reason to get used to it. Yeah, I have to hold B on the GameCube controller to run. I have to dig with A, pick up items with Y, which I don't like how it's placed on the GameCube control layout. So I prefer the Pro controller because it's a lot more comfortable. Because it takes a while to adapt to different layouts. And sometimes you might forget, oh, what controller you're using. You end up pressing the wrong button. I'm not trying to dig, I'm trying to go in the pipe. See what I can make here. Only have 8 though, but that'll do. Let me get my charger for my Pro controller. Where did I put that? Oh, here it is. Need to charge it.
Hey, I'll probably be out of the VC for a while. It's messing with my Wi-Fi. Sorry about that.
That's fine. If your Wi-Fi needs to be fixed, then yeah, it probably for the best. Keep crafting.
Hi, how is it going?
Who said that? Everything's going alright. I'm not sick anymore. Well, I'm not that sick. I do not know if I'm fully recovered, but it seems like I am because I'm not having any symptoms anymore. The only thing I'm having is just a runny nose
Hey,
and
Willow.
a little bit of mucus. But other than that, I'm perfectly fine. Occasionally, I would sneeze, but it's not too bad because when I was very sick, I would sneeze a lot. I would cough a lot, but I haven't been coughing at all, so I think I'm mostly okay. But I can't really tell since I haven't
Hey,
gotten
Noah.
tested yet. I've been telling my family that I want to get tested, but then they're like, "Nah, you're fine." Because my niece, she got tested and she came out negative. Because when we both came out positive, we were both in the same state of sickness, and right now we're like mostly recovered. But for me, I just have a runny nose. Not much. I mean, the runny nose could just be from seasonal sickness. Because winter, you're more likely to get sick easily, so that could just be a different issue. Move all of this out of the way.
Well, that's good to hear that you feeling better.
Yeah, I'm not that sick anymore. Good news. There aren't any bad news so far, so that's a good thing. Sometimes whenever something really good happens, whenever I'm having a really good day, I always sometimes expect something bad to happen too, because that's the balance of life. So I shouldn't be too happy today, because if I am, something bad will unfortunately happen. It always happens, you know. Like there was a time where I did very well in the test at college, and on that very same day, I found out that my dad, he got into a car accident at work, but he didn't, he didn't lose his life or anything, but his truck pretty much broke down. But I haven't heard any updates about the truck, whether he got rid of it or if he got a new one or if it got repaired, because I haven't really seen it. I never really asked my dad much about that, like if it ever got repaired. I just know that his boss is the one that has the insurance for it. And I used to drive that truck a lot too, whenever my dad would take me to work with him. But I haven't been going to work with him because of, me getting sick. But since I'm almost fully recovered,
Oh, sorry to hear that.
well, that's the thing. I do want to go with my dad to work again. The problem is, my mom is just afraid that, that could happen again, the car accident. Because my mom doesn't want me to get injured, which I understand. But, like, my dad is like, nah, it's not like it's gonna happen again or anything like that. Because it only happened once. The only reason why it happened was because, the person who crashed their car into his was a drunk driver. But if I was there on that night, then I probably could have been seriously injured. But obviously I'm okay because I didn't go that night. I have to drop the shovel since I'm not really using it. And slingshot too. Slingshot
I
I
have
only
that
use it
fear.
for you have that fear of car accidents? Yeah, cause I don't mind going to work with my dad again. It's just my mom is the one that's afraid that I could get involved in car accidents. Like she doesn't want me to deal with trauma. I'm
You
like,
never know until it happens. Luck saves your bacon.
yeah, scary things could happen.
Yup, that's basically one of my weakness.
I mean, when I was younger, I used to have nightmares of driving because I used to be afraid of driving when I was little because I would have nightmares of getting involved car accidents because in the television they would show what's it called? PSA announcements where they tell you to be careful when you drive because there's crazy drivers out there. Or oh, sometimes whenever I
Dude,
give
I
out the
have that
fish bait,
exact same phobia.
yeah. When I was little, I used to be afraid of driving because I used to have nightmares back then, but I grew out of it. Like I'm not really that scared anymore. I don't know. For some reason, death doesn't frighten me as much as before anymore. Sounds pretty edgy, but it just doesn't frighten me. I have nothing left to fear. But yeah. If I ever get involved in a car accident, I shouldn't be afraid because I know I'll most likely be fine. Like, yes, I will be injured, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna lose my life for it. I should just believe that I'm gonna be fine, you know. That's why my driving teacher always says, always keep your eyes out, you know, if you see any unsuspecting driving out of nowhere, just avoid
Oh,
it, you know.
okay.
If you see like somebody driving too fast towards you, just keep your distance away. One time I nearly did get run over. When I was crossing the street one time, I saw this lady driving a red car, and she literally went through the red light. And believe it or not, like she saw me, she just ignored the fact that I was there. I could have gotten run over, but I dodged it obviously, so I was okay. I was like, whoa, I was like inches away from getting hit. That was like a long time ago, a couple years ago. Luckily, I didn't get hit because I was paying attention to my directions, my surroundings. But yeah, driving could be pretty scary when once you learn. Cause yeah, at the beginning I was pretty scared. Like one time my driving teacher was like, "Oh, are you ready for the freeway?" I'm like, "No," and then he jokes around, "No, I'm just kidding," you know. It is your first
Yeah,
time.
because I'm still learning how to drive and I'm afraid if I crash or fail to handle it. Must be a Karen who don't care or something.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Willow, you are absolutely right. Could have been, in fact, the Karen, cause she did. I don't want to sound stereotypical, but she did kind of look like one too. She wore the stereotype sunglasses. She had that haircut. Because I did see her wear sunglasses while she was driving. And then she had that serious expression. Like if she didn't really care if there was a red light in front of her. But it's a good thing I dodged it, because I could have been run over.
To be fair, I technically have driven before, though it was a go-kart.
It was a go-kart? Yeah, go-karts, yeah, it's fun to drive go-karts. But they work differently than, actual cars, though. Go-karts are fun, though. Just driving real cars could be pretty dangerous. Especially, depending on the area you live. If you live in an area where like it's very highly populated, just be careful. If you live in an area that's very low populated, then you're more likely to be safe. Because from what I heard, somewhere in Colorado, there could be there's like a city with a very small population, rarely traffic, and that's like probably the safest place to drive because there has never been car accidents there, or there has rarely been car accidents because the road is usually clear. Like driving there would probably be the safest place to be. because you don't have to deal with other cars. Oh, and my fishing rod just ran out as soon as I used the last of the fish bait, unfortunately. Okay, let me go get the other fish I left inside. Yes, that is a Godzilla statue, by the way, in case you all guys are wondering. It does look like a Godzilla. The statue I have outside the house in
And
the
I'm
game.
still to this day I'm scared to drive even though I'm trying to face that fear.
Yeah, I was a little scared the first time because my parents wanted me to start driving since I was getting older. Yeah, look. Godzilla. Hi, Godzilla. Oops. What did I pick up? Well, I often get teddy bears in the island because they come in from the balloons. They're not that often, like way too often, but like a couple days ago, they came out pretty often. Like I got 3 in a row in the same day. And I just instead of keeping them, I would just donate them to the other villagers that want a teddy bear.
LOL, it's the king of the monsters.
Yes, it's the king of the monsters. He's right next to my house. So any thoughts on the No Way Home movie? Have you seen it already? Did you love it? I heard a lot of people loved it. I watched it a month ago. A pretty amazing movie. Did anyone here, like, I'm not gonna spoil it to anyone who hasn't seen it, but unless everyone here has already watched it, we could talk about it. But very good movie. It's been over a month since it came out. I don't know if it's okay to talk about spoilers.
They also have a transformer you can build. I have one.
Oh yeah, I think you've showed it to me before. I do have a where is it? How do I view my? Oh, that's right. I don't have access to ZL. I forgot. No, I can't access my phone because I was gonna show you. I have the card to craft one, which I need gold and then I need armor, I believe, or I need the armor and the other good stuff to build one. I don't have access to the phone though. That's the problem. Just because I'm using a GameCube controller, which this is the one thing I don't like when it comes to using GameCube
No,
controller.
I haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home yet, but it's alright.
That's alright, yeah, cause
Apparently you need a rocket hanger to build it. It's weird.
yeah, a rocket hanger for some odd reason. Yeah, I do remember you need a rocket hanger. You haven't seen No Way Home? Oh, okay. It's a very good movie. I would still recommend watching it if you're a fan of all the Spider-Man. I just know that in the Spider-Man movie tier list, for some reason it's not the #1 best movie, but it's marked like the top 10. It's around the number 5 or 6 for best Spider-Man movies. 5 or 6 for No Way Home. I guess because of how the movie went, not many people were a big fan of how it ended, but I'm not gonna spoil it or anything because some of you might not have already seen it. I know that for the fact that it's coming out digitally, you could watch it digitally at home on the 28th of February on Disney Plus, I believe. If you have Disney Plus, you'll be able to watch it on February 28th. So around the end of February, you'll be able to watch it. I did read an article about that. I just heard that in theaters they were gonna extend the movie a bit. There was gonna be an extended cut, but I have not seen the extended version yet. I've only seen the one from December. I don't know what the difference is, so I wouldn't know, unfortunately. Maybe they updated the CGI designs. I'm not sure. From what I heard, at least is that they updated the CGI designs. But I haven't seen it myself yet, so I wouldn't know.
For me, I'm waiting to see the movie The Batman.
Speaking of Batman, Little Caesars Pizza has been promoting that movie, and when I first saw the Batman logo on the pizza box, I thought for some reason Little Caesars was celebrating Halloween again. I'm like, wait, is it Halloween already? Has this year went by so short, so quickly? I was so confused, but then when I mentioned that it was promoting the Batman movie, I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was Halloween again. I'm like, wait, it's already like 10 months already? I was confused. Have I been sleeping for the past 10 months?
Spooky noises.
Yeah. That's funny though.
Yet I see it too, man, that's nice.
I mistaken the Batman logo for Halloween because of the bats. I know it says that it's coming out this year, like 2022, but did it say what month specifically? What month or what season? But yeah, I literally thought that the Batman promotion was supposed to be like, oh, it's Halloween again.
March, I think.
March?
I
So
honestly thought the Batman was gonna be rated R because the Joker was rated R, but I was wrong, lol.
oh yeah. The Joker movie from 2019, right? That movie, yeah, was pretty dark and sad. It is a pretty sad movie though for the
Yet
2019.
2019 Joker.
Yeah. Pretty sad story though. Cause I've seen it. I saw this article where if you
Yet I
guys know
felt
who
bad for Arthur.
if you guys know who Willem Dafoe is, the guy who plays the original Green Goblin from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie, I saw an article saying that he always fantasizes about role playing as an imposter Joker. That he could see himself as a fake Joker. For one movie at least. What do you guys think of that? For Willem Dafoe. Can you see that happen? Seeing him as the imposter Joker? AKA Green Goblin? Because I remember seeing like a photo where they compare him. Or like, cause he apparently fantasized about that. Like role playing as a fake Joker, an imposter Joker.
Maybe because I read about William Dafoe being the Joker.
Yeah.
Yet I can see that cause he can smile like the Joker.
Yeah. But he says he would like specifically want to be the imposter, like the fake. That's what he sees himself as. Anyone excited for the Sonic movie though? Since what was it in the Game Awards? Jim Carrey gave out his message.
Random question, but which Spider-Man actor is your favorite? Plays Spider-Man the best? Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, or Tobey Maguire?
I grew up liking Tobey
Hey, how
Maguire
are you
personally.
doing?
I grew up liking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, even though some people found some of the movies, some clips in the movie pretty cringy, like the part where he's all emo or edgy. Some people hated that scene. It's pretty cringy. To me, I just find it pretty funny when he's all edgy and emo. But people don't like it when I talk about it. They just say, "Please don't talk about that part. It's so cringy." But it's funny to me. Especially how when he confronts Harry and then he's like, "You gonna cry?" And then he becomes a bully to him. He becomes Bully Maguire. I love those
The
videos
Sonic
where
movie
like
is one of the only good actually accurate video game movies.
yeah.
Me too. I grow up too with the first Spider-Man movie.
I just know that the worst Spider-Man movie for Toby was the third one, because a lot of people cringed for they cringed for the emo Parker. And then for the best Spider-Man movie is either the second or first one.
Bully Maguire.
Yeah, Bully Maguire. Everyone loves Bully Maguire. Well, not everyone, but some people find it cringy. I just found it funny how even in Into the Spider-Verse they reference that dancing scene in the beginning of the movie. Even though they find it cringy. I also love seeing those videos where they edit Bully Maguire in Star Wars, the crossover. Where like he's the main antagonist. Bully Maguire as the main villain.
Tom Holland was the one who did Pizza Time.
Tom Holland?
Yes, Sam Raimi never wanted to include Venom in Spider-Man 3.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and some fans were like, how come
More
the Venom
NGO.
how come Venom from Spider-Man 3 or Topher Grace wasn't in No Way Home? And that was because you know, we already have the current Venom that everyone loves now. Tom Hardy's Venom. And a lot of people wanted to see Topher Grace's Venom, but that didn't happen. And then other people asked how come Harry wasn't in the movie but Norman Osborn was. That we'll never know why. There's no good answer to that. I guess because there would be way too many villains. But then again, the whole purpose of that movie was that a lot of villains from different multiverses showed up. But I guess they didn't just want to include too many. Even though they did kind of appear in the
Prince
in
Vegeta talk about Marvel movies when he was live on Twitch and laughing about Bully Maguire memes.
yeah, the Bully Maguire memes. I've seen the one where like he's in Squid Game and then like he cheats in every Squid Game. Um in all the challenges, it's pretty funny. Bully Maguire. The one where he's like in the Star Wars clips, it's pretty funny too. Pizza time. I saw this video where somebody did they did the New Year's challenge, but with watching Spider-Man. Tobey
Did
Maguire
you know that
Spider-Man, and
Raimi
then
wanted Lizard and Vulture for Spider-Man 3 in earlier draft?
oh yeah, and then they wanted to save it for the fourth movie, right? But then the movie was canceled because there is a Dr. Connors in Raimi's Spider-Man, so I do remember there being a Dr. Connor. Then there was a Cletus Cassidy too, right?
Spider-Man 4.
Spider-Man 4. I remember when I was younger, I used to believe those leaks of Spider-Man 4 being real, where supposedly Carnage was gonna be the main antagonist. And then people were saying that it's not gonna be Carnage, it's actually gonna be Lizard who would be the main villain. I remember seeing the fake leaks, like the fan art, where Carnage appears, and I used to believe that was real when I was younger. And then when I heard that the movie got canceled, I was pretty, you know, sad. Like, I was pretty disappointed. Like, no, the movie's canceled. I was looking forward into it.
Yeah, this was way before the latter S plans.
But yeah, I did hear about Lizard being, like, the next main antagonist. Then that idea was scrapped. I heard rumors that they're already gonna work on a live action movie for Miles Morales. Like already they're gonna make a movie for Miles as the main character in the live action in the MCU. You think we'll get a Miles at one point? Yeah, a lot of Venom fans, they wanted Topher's Grace Venom to appear in No Way Home,
What
but
if Marvel
that didn't
vs
happen.
Capcom film?
Marvel's
But
Capcom
now I
film?
read an article about 4 weeks that they're possibly doing Spider-Man 4.
Spider-Man 4? Oh yeah, when I read that article, I was like, wait, which Spider-Man are they talking about? Is it Tom Holland's Spider-Man or Tobey's? But then I read, oh, it's Tom Holland's. Like they're already working on another movie for Tom Holland, not Tobey. I know that for Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, they already want to make the Amazing Spider-Man 3. I've seen a lot of hashtags for that. They want to give him another chance to roll as Peter Parker in his universe. But yeah, have you guys seen this video where
I
like,
feel it's too early for a live Miles Morales, but considering he was referenced in No Way Home, it's possible.
yeah,
Hi.
it could happen. But yeah, I do believe that it's too early too.
Cup welcome. Remember me.
Do I remember you? It's been a while. I don't recall.
It's me, Melanin.
Oh, Melanin? Oh, okay. I haven't seen or heard from you for a while. How are you doing? Is everything all right? Anything good happening? Cause
Good. Oh wow.
that's good to know. I know I haven't
3,
streamed
2.
much, but I already said this because I was very sick for a while, but then I recently recovered.
I see thumbnails about how Andrew Garfield was denying being in Spider-Man No Way Home.
Oh yeah, he
Everything is okay.
the good thing about Andrew was he was good at lying that he wasn't gonna be in No Way Home. Even though people knew that both Toby and Andrew were gonna be in the movie, the only thing was that people don't want to be spoiled of when or what part of the movie they're gonna be appearing. They wanted to see that surprise.
Hi Jose.
Like I kind of knew they were gonna be in the movie, but the only when like before I watched it, I did not want to know at what point in the movie they appear in. You know, that was the only part I was trying to avoid getting spoiled. Like I already knew they were gonna be in because the villains from the older movies appear, so it wouldn't make sense for the other Spider-Man to not appear. Because yeah, if the previous villains appear, then
Cup, hi,
certainly the previous Spider-Man should appear too.
It quite, but why do I feel Red's inspiration to start scamming was Ed, Edd n Eddy. Like as a child he watched Ed, Edd n Eddy and started his scam artist career.
Inspiration. Ed and Eddie. Yeah, it does sound like
I've been
Eddie
so
from
busy
Ed and
with
Eddie.
school a lot.
Usually it's Eddie who's the mastermind of scamming. You've been busy with school a lot? It's understandable. Even though we've been dealing with like over 2 years of the current world event. Well,
Cup it's alright melanin.
School for me, during during fall, I was having a rough time midway through. Uh, but for my quizzes, I did fine. Finals, I was a bit scared.
I wonder what Red even does with the dough he gets. Eddie and his gang use it on jawbreakers.
That is true. What does Red use the money on?
Thanks friend.
Because for Ed and Eddie, they only use the money for jawbreakers. They don't ever use it for anything else but jawbreakers. Like that's literally the only candy they eat, jawbreakers. I always wonder how come they don't buy other candies too that they like. They just specifically love jawbreakers as if they're a rare delicacy. Is it just too good?
You're welcome Mail9.
And funny how in Ed and Eddie the jawbreakers are freaking giant, and then everyone in real life is like, how come we never get giant jawbreakers?
Melanin I mean sorry.
Like there's no such thing as jawbreakers that big. So there's jawbreakers that are like a little big, but they're not as big as the one in the cartoon.
Okay.
Imagine being able to fit a jawbreaker that big in your mouth. I wonder how that's gonna work. I guess it'll work as the name says it. It breaks your jaw if you bite it. But the whole purpose of a jawbreaker is you don't bite it, you lick it. If you bite it, you'll break your jaw. Literally, the name says it. It's as hard as a rock. But yeah, No Way Home, pretty much everyone else knew that the other Spider-Men were gonna appear. It's just that nobody didn't want to get spoiled when or how do they appear. Well, there were some people that still didn't believe it.
Funny as a meme. Hey,
It was a good thing that
my channel one that I showcased my new cat.
Your new cat? But it's a good thing that Andrew Garfield was able to lie for as long as he could.
The jawbreakers in the show should be called jaw dislocators.
Jaw dislocators, yeah. And I also like how in Ed and Eddie, they have different colored tongues, too. And then the one thing that was never answered in Ed and Eddie was, what is under Double D's hat?
Clarence?
Double D, nobody knew what was under his hat. Except for that Flash game, but the thing is it's not canon to what shows under his hat, because would you expect to see something really bizarre? And it's not just a weird haircut. It has to be something really weird, because the game is not canon to what it shows. Because I know that the Flash game where it shows that he took off his hat, that was the one where they do the food fight. They throw the lunch food. I remember playing that as a kid. Pretty fun. Fun Flash game.
People ship Double D and Kevin.
Oh yeah, for some reason, yeah, they ship those two, even though I thought they would usually ship Double D with Eddie, because if you've seen the movie, how like they hold hands at the end and then they look, how the way they look at each other, I thought they would ship them more. Buy my fish.
Oh, I always thought Double D's hat was his hair.
Oh, some people.
Capcom should make more films like Marvel does. Howdy
Capcom? I know for Capcom they had live action Street Fighter, Resident Evil. Some people wouldn't like the idea of Mega Man having a live action because it would be weird to see what he would look like. Unless they keep him in his cartoony style like Sonic. Because they don't want it to be played by a live actor, you know. If that makes sense.
If you jump the donuts, you're not getting any more. So don't be playing around.
So yeah, if Mega Man ever gets like a movie that involves being in the live action universe, it should at least work the same way as how they did with the Sonic movie. where like he still is in his cartoon self, but 3D. Well, not too realistic because remember how Sonic appeared in the early trailer of the first Sonic movie? A lot of people hated it because how ugly he looked. He looked like an
I
ape.
feel Metroid would have a live film, but it'd be a bit gory and scary for the little ones.
Oh yeah, for Metroid? I could
No
actually
lingo
see
is scary.
Metroid. Metroid and F-Zero actually have a better chance of having a live action movie because they're mostly human characters. Even though the
Can I
F-Zero
go
games...
TL your island?
You go to my island? At the moment I'm just grinding. I'm kind of grinding right now, so I don't think I can have any visitors right now. Like my island is not well decorated yet. I just want to grind. Maybe I'll allow visitors when my island is well decorated, because right now it's still not decorated well enough. Like I only decorated the front part, but everything else is not decorated, if that makes sense. Because right now I'm just grinding as much as I can. I like how in this game you can put your own photos too. You can implement photos. But they appear in pixel form. It's still pretty cool.
I'm excited for Sonic 2.
Sonic 2, yeah.
A live-action Animal Crossing movie is extremely negligible because that more or less end up like Sonic. If Tom Holland plays Mega Man, this will be. Imagine if he did plays as him. This means Marvel vs Capcom Spider-Man Mega Man. You know what I thought about Samus? I thought was a boy, but when she had no suit I was mistaken.
You know what would be scary though? A live action Kirby movie. My friends would joke around that I bet Kirby in live action would be a horror movie because you know Kirby's a literal god. And imagine having him in the real world. He would be dangerous because he could practically kill anyone who eats his food, his dessert.
I saw the first Sonic movie.
I know that some people aren't a big fan of the live action Sonic movie, but to me I feel like the movie was alright. I remember one of my college friends were saying that they were not a big fan of Robotnik in the live action movie, but what he didn't realize that it was played by Jim Carrey, so we had to tell him, oh, give Jim Carrey some respect because he played the Grinch. Everyone loves Jim Carrey for that.
My friends are Jose the Yeet and Spy Day Girl.
I haven't showed you guys my place yet, huh?
Not to mention Robotnik in the second movie is more accurate now.
Just imagine how scary a live action Kirby would be in the real world. He'd be a major threat. If you eat the desserts he wants, he's gonna destroy us all. Wipe out the universe. I like that in the game you can put custom images. I got this chair. Pretty expensive chair. I think it costed me
Cup yup.
around 80,000 bells.
I had no idea Chris Pratt was gonna voice Mario and Jack Black voices Bowser. I'm shocked.
The idea of Jack Black playing Bowser, it kind of made me laugh when I first saw that on the direct. I was laughing. Other than Chris Pratt playing Mario, the Jack Black one got me laughing the most. And then Seth Rogen is gonna play DK. When he does those laughs, I'm pretty sure it's gonna fit DK very well. I wonder when we're gonna get a trailer for the movie too, because everyone's been waiting for a trailer for the Mario movie.
Hadike Donkey Kong. Yup, imagine Kirby in REA life.
Kirby in real life would be a major threat to all of us, because we would have to be careful. If he sees you with dessert, you best give that to him, or else he'll eat you. You better surrender that dessert. If you have any cake, cupcakes, any sweets, just let him have it. If he sees you with it, don't bother eating it.
Like Brightburn. Marvel What Ifs Man vs Street Fighter. I'm still gonna make the SFM animation though. Donkey Kong would be a threat too. You touch his bananas, he gives you the slammer.
Oh yeah, definitely. But he's not gonna keep all the bananas to himself. He would probably share it with his DK family, his crew. He wouldn't be that selfish about it. He doesn't steal all bananas. Even though they're pretty cool bananas. But he wouldn't want the entire stock of bananas.
Did you know Donkey Kong and Mario were the first Nintendo games?
Yes. But Mario was originally named Jumpman, not Mario.
Kung Fu Bowser.
Or, as people would say, Jumpman is apparently, Mario's dad. Have you guys heard of that theory? That Jumpman is apparently Mario's real dad? And then, the Donkey Kong in the first game is supposed to be Cranky Kong. Oh, the Cranky Kong one makes sense, but, Jumpman being Mario's dad? I don't know.
What about Granddad?
Oh yeah, Granddad. The parody game, right? The one that is a parody of Flintstones? Because that one was a bootleg game. Granddad. If Granddad was canon, then I don't know which Mario ancestor he would be. Oh wait, he would be in the dinosaur timeline because he's a Flintstone. You. What would be another good Capcom movie that would be have a live action? I know that for the Monster Hunter fans, they did not really like the live action Monster Hunter at all. They said that movie was garbage. The live action movie is garbage, they said.
Knuckles, do I look like need your power?
And the same could be said to the Resident Evil fans. They said that the recent movie that came out for Resident Evil, a lot of people complained about it, that it was pretty bad. The actors did not fit well with the characters from the video games. Story's entirely different. Imagine a Left 4 Dead live action. I don't know what King would say about that. Oh, they should get the actors.
I really bet I didn't know that.
I bet for the Left 4 Dead live action, they want to get the actors that look like the characters. Fun fact about Left 4 Dead.
What would even be the plot of an Animal Crossing movie?
For an Animal Crossing movie, for sure it should not be a live action because it would look pretty cursed. It could still be 3D CGI. But if it's like live action, no. That's a big no-no right there. It would be cursed. But that is a good question. What would be the plot of the movie if they were to have one? Because for Kirby, there's many ideas for Kirby. Kirby can do anything. Even though Kirby would be a major threat to real life.
What did you think of Knuckles in the trailer?
Knuckles? The voice for Knuckles is pretty good. I like the voice. And the way how they updated Tails' model from the first movie, to me he looks a little older compared to the one in the first movie. Because in the first movie, he looks a little younger, and the one that we saw in the trailer for the second movie, he looks a little older. What do you think? Because to me, he just looks a little older. And then the one in the first movie, he looked younger.
I likely think it'll go off New Horizons where they move into an island and build it into a paradise. Ryu and Cyclops handshake.
Marvel vs. Capcom the movie. I wonder how a crossover
To
movie
me, when
would
I
work.
heard Knuckles' voice, he sounded older.
Yeah, he did sound it older, but it still fit the character too. That's a good thing. Question is, when are we getting a Shadow or the other characters? Amy, Shadow, um, the present timeline Sonic characters, basically. Because I wouldn't know if Blaze or Silver would even make an appearance, as they're technically from the future timeline. And then for them to appear, it requires to have Mephiles as the main villain.
Yeah, his voice was good.
I would say Knuckles' voice is pretty good though. Some could say the opposite, but to me, I feel like it was alright. I still wonder how Chris Pratt is gonna do a Mario voice though for the Mario movie. I'm very curious how he's gonna sound like. And then for Bowser, Jack Black, I just feel like he's gonna have Poe's voice from Kung Fu Panda. That's all I could picture for Bowser. Even though it sounds pretty silly, it'd be funny though, because even though despite Bowser being a villain, him with Poe's voice would sound pretty funny though. Hey Willow, I don't know if you were there, but remember at school there was a student that literally resembled Jack Black.
Does it look like I need your power?
If you're
I
there,
just
Willow.
thought I'd bring this up, but what Kirby game would they choose for a movie? Planet Robobit is the least likely, but that one's my dream.
Did I ever tell you guys that Willow and I have met a guy at school before that kind of looked like Jack Black, but a younger version? We're not kidding. We've seen a student that looked like if he looked like a younger Jack Black, and I couldn't unsee it. He resembled Jack Black, like a younger version. I thought I'd bring this up, but what Kirby game would they choose for the movie? Planet Robobot is the least likely, but
Drinking mustard would taste sour.
drinking mustard? Wait, mustard for what? For a drink? Who drinks mustard? Well, I'm not a big fan of mustard, unfortunately. Well, the only time I ever like mustard is when it's used for a recipe, such as deviled eggs. If anyone here has ever tried deviled eggs, please tell me if it's good or not, because I absolutely love deviled
Star-Lord
eggs.
Peter Quill Emmett from Lego Movie. Now we have Garfield eating chocolate.
Oh yeah, supposedly Chris Pratt was also going to play Garfield the cat, which I don't know how to feel about that. He's already playing a lot of characters already. Who was the previous voice for Garfield again from the other live action
Eats
Garfield
chocolate.
movie? Because I know a lot of people said they loved that one more. The OG
Here
Garfield.
is a weird fact. There was an official SpongeBob comic where Krabs was an actual dictator.
Mr. Krabs was a dictator?
Mr. Krabs is a cannibal.
Oh yeah, he is indeed a cannibal. Especially how in Robot Chicken, when they did that parody, they exposed the recipe and revealed that Mr. Krabs is a cannibal. But I seen that parody from Robot Chicken where SpongeBob exposes Mr. Krab about
It's
the
gross that Squidward vomit.
oh yeah, Squidward vomit because he's eating his own kind. He's eating calamari squid. To be honest though, calamari squid, I've actually eaten that before and I actually like it. Don't get me wrong, no offense to anyone who loves squids. They're pretty good. They taste good. And where have I tried it before? At a Korean buffet.
Also, Chris Pratt is in Jurassic World.
I love calamari squid. It's very good.
Apparently they also made an Animal Crossing episode of Robot Chicken.
Oh, they did? I have not seen that yet. I always imagine how they're gonna make parody of Animal Crossing in Family Guy, though. Because I know they did Mario, Donkey Kong, or other Nintendo characters. I don't know if they have done Kirby though. In Family Guy.
Gives Jose.
But I've seen those cursed images where like, oh, it's Peter Griffin with Kirby's face. That's why one of my friends was like, oh, having Peter Griffin in Smash would probably be the worst idea because Kirby would look so cursed as Peter Griffin if he absorbed him. It would be the most regretful thing to ever see in his eyes. He was like, oh, now that you mentioned Peter Griffin, I take back what I said about Steve. I feel like Peter Griffin would be the worst choice. That's at least what he said.
Thanks, bro. NP. I think they would parody it by talking to animals in gibberish, kinda like how the villagers talk in this game.
Probably. Peter Griffin as Kirby, that's gonna look worse. Kirby with silly chin. I know they did I don't know if it was official or fan made, the one where like Peter Griffin was in Among Us.
Drinking.
It looked fan made, but I don't know if it's fan made or not. The one where he's in Among Us. Fan made, right? Because I cannot tell which one is fan made or official. I think it's fan made. Where he appeared Among Us. You know what? I'm tired of fishing. I want to look around the island. I want to grind for other stuff than just fishing around all day. See. I'm not gonna take out the
Panini people said it tastes awful in real life.
Wait. Peter Griffin's what? Our panini? In real life it tastes bad? I don't know what you mean. I haven't heard of that.
Marvel vs Capcom vs Dragon Ball Z.
Don't get me started with live action Dragon Ball movies, cause a lot of people hate those.
THX.
I remember back in middle school. When I was in middle school, the movie would get promoted. I remember seeing those banners of the movie. A lot of people said they already hate it. But don't get me started with that movie. A lot of people really hate it. I remember when my little sister mistaken Death Note, the live action Death Note, for a horror movie, but it's actually supposed to be from an anime. She wasn't aware of it. And she just watched it anyways because she thought it was interesting.
Peter Escar Panini has crunched up Doritos Reese's Peanut Butter Cups hot dogs and a cream egg on top of it.
Really? That sounds pretty weird. I haven't tried that. Crunched up Doritos? That sounds pretty bizarre for a recipe. But in real life, people actually tried that recipe and they said it's horrible. I never tried it myself, so I would never know.
Food so we can see who can eat the longest. Dragon Ball Evolution sucks. Worst live action movies.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes. That movie was a mistake.
Cup okay.
That movie was pretty much a joke. But a Kirby movie though. Kirby would be a horror movie if he were a real life. Because he'd be out here destroying us, wiping out Earth's population just because we didn't save him desserts. It was like how in the Smash series, if the characters actually went by their canon powers, Kirby would pretty much wipe out the entire roster. And then I remember somebody questioned, wait, but isn't Sephiroth stronger? No, not necessarily. Kirby could still wipe him out easily. Sephiroth cannot really hurt Kirby. Kirby can deal with sword fighters that strong. Even if they're god level sword fighters, Kirby could still deal with them. So Sephiroth would lose, unfortunately. Kirby would win. 100%.
You eat the watermelon, I'm allergic.
And plus, even if Sephiroth said, oh, only Cloud could kill him, that's false, because Kirby could just absorb Cloud and then just kill Sephiroth on the spot at the end. Because he is technically part Cloud if he absorbs them. Yes.
I have an idea for an actually good savory and sweet version of Mr. Griffin's panini. For the savory version, I'd replace the cream egg with an actual egg, replace Doritos with actual cheese, turn the hot dogs into sausages, and make a special pine nut sauce to place in the Reese's.
We'll
Cup,
see.
okay, I'll eat it.
Yeah, the only two Nintendo live action movies I could see.
Kirby Majin Buu.
The only two Nintendo movies that have potential to be live action is F-Zero and Metroid.
It's Thursday.
The F-Zero would be more of action, and then Metroid would be more of horror.
Eats.
How many of you agree that F-Zero would more likely have a live action? And Metroid 2? Because those are the only two I could think of. Because Star Fox, I don't know. Star Fox, I feel like it'd be CGI animated. But Metroid and F-Zero, it's guaranteed live action. I don't see why not make them. They have a better chance.
F-Zero would be interesting to say the least.
Yeah.
I would like to see this happens.
Even though like the games for F-Zero are pretty much dead because the creator, or yeah, one of the developers of F-Zero pretty much retired. So a lot of people were saying, oh, so basically Star Fox and F-Zero are dead games already because they're not going to be developed anymore. I don't know.
Who knows, binging with Babish.
But Kirby having a live action would be pretty scary though. Because in real life, he would be a major threat.
Okay, but can we straight up agree a live action Earthbound would be an awful idea?
Yeah, I would probably say it's a pretty bad idea for Earthbound. I don't want to see a live action Earthbound. I'd rather have that movie be CGI animated. Or just keep it 2D. Don't even make it 3D either. But Star Fox, yeah, keep it 3D as well.
Gigas.
Especially, yeah, Gigas would give us nightmares. Gigas or Gigas, isn't it Gigas? But yeah, that'd be a scary threat. That Earthbound as a live action would also be a horror movie aside from Kirby.
Isn't Gigas Ness?
Isn't Gigas Ness? That's what people were saying in theory, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Cup, I know, binging with Babish.
Oh, actually, I do want to give the I do want to give Tammy the sunglasses.
Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, Marvel's Capcom on Switch. But that's if Disney allows it, because Disney having the license to Marvel.
I got an idea, hang on.
If Disney has the rights to Marvel, it's still unlikely for that to happen. For you. Have some sunglasses, because I don't need
cake.
Yeah.
Cup, okay.
I like never rock glasses. These are flower glasses though. Alright. I just wanted to give something. If it's something that I don't need or I don't want, then I just give it to one of the villagers.
Isn't it good? It's a Godzilla cake.
Godzilla cake?
Who's so excited? Just like Sora was already in Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Oh yeah, speaking of Sora, I do not, and I mean it, I do not want to see a live-action Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy. Those movies remain animated. I do not want to see a live-action Final Fantasy or a Kingdom Hearts. And I mean it. Wait a minute. Why do I have two vaulting poles and two ladders? Oh, I forgot to return those back to Noah. I forgot. I forgot to give those back. Because I know you let me borrow them.
Is that Godzilla?
Now I have double. Is that Godzilla? Yes, it is. That is a Godzilla statue.
That's crazy.
Yes, Godzilla is in the game. Can you believe it? It's not
Why
literally
not
Godzilla.
Anime movie of Kingdom Hearts. Is this okay to you?
I don't want to see Kingdom Hearts becoming a live action though, in my opinion, because Sora would just look weird. And then the Disney characters, how they're gonna be animated.
I feel would realistically be 2D animated because Goofy and Donald would look extremely cursed in live action.
Exactly. That's another thing. I don't want Donald and Goofy to look ugly. Even if they keep them in their cartoony selves, I don't want the other Kingdom Hearts characters to be live action-y. I remember seeing this meme of Sephiroth in different movies or manga or anime, and then the Netflix adaptation is basically John Cena.
People say that they're mad that Sora is in Smash.
The Sora's in Smash? Well, to me, I have mixed feelings for Sora. Like, I was okay, but at the same time I wasn't okay, so it's like 50-50. Reason why I would say I wasn't okay, that's because how leakers kept spoiling that, oh yeah, it's guaranteed gonna be Sora. And that kind of ruined the surprise for me that, oh, it's gonna be Sora. I kind of wanted it to be somebody else, but even though Sora got it, I was like, oh, okay, that's fine, I guess. It's just that when the leakers kept pointing out, oh yeah, it's definitely Sora, because a Nintendo employee went to Disney musician and asked for the rights for the songs for Kingdom Hearts.
It's been a while.
And that basically kind of spoiled Sora already, and I was like, bruh. Honestly, I would have rather had the actual Doomslayer in the game, but unfortunately, he's just a Mii costume. And I don't think they would want to represent a character that violent, even though I can't really say that because Bayonetta is no different. She's known to kill angels in a gory fashion, so why not the Doomslayer? Why can't the Doomslayer get in the game?
I saw Umbreon's post. I hope he's okay after surgery.
There's a lot of people argue that Doomslayer does have a chance or he doesn't because of how violent his game is. I'm like, I could understand that, but remember, Bayonetta, her game is extremely violent too. There's gore in it too. She literally kills angels for a living. And she tortures them too.
I was gonna say my newcomer's dream is not the same what
Bayonetta is well known to kill her enemies explicitly. Yeah, she does show a lot of skin in her games, but obviously they censored that. But her game is well known to be very violent. That's why people wanted Dante from. Honestly, I wouldn't have mind Dante from Devil May Cry because one of my friends is a huge fan of the series. I would have been okay with him over Sora. But even though Sora got it, I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But the only thing that disappointed me for the DLC for Sora was that it did not put the best music in the game. They only put the soundtracks from the first game. They didn't bother adding the ones from the second or third or 358. Like those games, they had the best soundtrack, not the first one. First one had some pretty good, but not the best ones. So the fact that they didn't bother adding the ones from the other games, I was kind of disappointed. Like, bruh. But that was because of Disney or Square being stingy with the music. The licensing was, I think specifically Square Enix is stingy about it. Cause I remember how they were when they added Cloud in Smash 4, and
Dante
we literally
spot of Byleth since what happened to a year ago.
Oh yeah, poor Dante though. The fact that he ended up as a Mii costume. Oh yeah, that's the one thing that I felt bad for one of my friends, because he wanted Zero from Mega Man to be a playable character, but then he ended up as a assist trophy and a Mii costume. That really upset him. Like, oof, I'm really sorry, dude. And then the second time he was upset was when Dante ended up as a Mii costume. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry to hear that. And then I asked him, well, so what about if your boy Virgil gets in? And he's like, honestly, if Virgil gets in over Dante, I'll be okay with it. That's what he told me. He also likes Virgil. Not to mention, if Virgil gets in, he can have a rematch with Sephiroth because of Death Battle. That would be pretty cool. I would like to see Virgil and Sephiroth fight again in Smash. Since we already have,
South Park post covered. I saw the full movie. The ending was sad for Cartman.
because
Cup in the giant cliff. I don't really know what we're gonna do. We can do anything.
we had Death Battle for Ken and Terry, and then we had Death Battle for Sora and Pit. So why not Dante? Or why not Virgil? You know, for Dante, you know, he could have a rematch with Bayonetta, and then Virgil could have a rematch against Sephiroth. That would be pretty cool to see in Smash.
I can fly. I forgot.
Speaking of flying, to be honest, I thought that the last character DLC in Smash was gonna be another Pokemon, but I mean that was my prediction. I thought it was gonna be a Pokemon from Gen 8, and for some reason, when it turned out to not be a Pokemon, I was like, oh wow, I guess I was wrong. I guess I shouldn't expect it to be a
Picks up Jose
Pokemon.
flies. At least there's no Black Shadow Me costumes, otherwise I'll be disappointed if they did.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Black Shadow would have been a very good villain rep in Ultimate, but unfortunately, no, he didn't get in. Because they barely have any F-Zero characters. We only got Captain Falcon, and then Blood Falcon as a skin. I kind of wish they updated the Captain Falcon skin, the Blood Falcon one, to make it look more like Blood Falcon. Kind of like they did it with the Galactonite skin with Meta Knight. They should have done that, the same thing with Blood Falcon. Because there's a mod in Ultimate where the Blood Falcon skin actually does look a lot more like Blood Falcon, the outfit. I kind of wish they went with that idea, but they didn't, unfortunately. They just only went with the color palette, and that's it. Would have been cool to add the vampire teeth too and all that cool stuff.
Cup, I believe I can fly.
Would have been cool though, having the actual Blood Falcon in the game. But no, he's just a color palette. The other thing that disappointed me in Ultimate was that we didn't get the waiting outfits for Bowser and Peach either. Like, bro, where are their outfits? How come only Mario gets it but not Peach or Bowser? Or why didn't Luigi get his builder outfit?
Cup, it's okay, I can fly.
Another cool thing I would have liked to see is a Luigi skin from Luigi's Mansion 3. Now that would have been cool in Smash. Luigi.
Makes it across.
Oh, look, I got a stone. That's why I desperately want to mod my Switch, but I don't want to get banned. But I'd rather save money to buy a second Switch and then mod the one I'm using right now. I wanted to buy a Switch Switch OLED. I wanted a Switch OLED, but
Cup, we can fly.
some of my friends were saying the Switch OLED is probably not worth buying because it still does not go 4K quality. I'm like, that depends, because I just want a second Switch.
Black Shadow shouldn't he took the spot of Joker or Steve from Minecraft or Pithras as well.
But yeah, honestly, I thought there would be more villain reveals in Ultimate, but no, Kazuya was the last bad guy reveal.
Arm cannon appears.
Kazuya is considered a villain, right? Because people were saying that on the first Tekken game, he's not really a villain, but the other games he is. Because Sephiroth and Kazuya were basically the last two villains. Ooh, this one on the Sephiroth review. My goodness, a lot of crazy reactions because he's basically a god level character that
Pulls out cheese minigun.
that has a long sword. A lot of people were saying there's no way Sephiroth is coming to Smash. His sword is way too big. And then people were like, they could just shrink down the sword a bit, and there you go, he's in the game. Because they did that with Ridley. You know, Ridley was too big. And look where he is now. He's in the game, Ridley. Because, what is it, back in Melee or Brawl, when Sakurai was interviewed,
Cap, I love this flight.
he was saying that he wanted Ridley to be in Smash, but he was saying it was never going to happen. Because, look, seeing a smaller version of Ridley would just be weird. But look where we're at now. The fact that he said it was never going to happen, it happened. That's why people believe that, oh, the impossible will eventually become possible. So while Luigi
villains in the game.
While Luigi being a playable character, will have happened eventually. I'm just shocked that Crash wasn't the last character for Fighters Pass 2. I thought Crash would be a more exciting character than Sora, but apparently Sakurai said Sora is the best choice because a lot of people voted for Sora. I thought Crash would be the #1. But no, it's Sora. But the fact that Crash Bandicoot didn't get in at all, that's pretty unfortunate.
I think the Grubhub commercial is cringe. Cub.
Grubhub? Grubhub? I haven't heard from Grubhub forever. Didn't that commercial die a long time ago? I remember when it was a popular thing, and oh my goodness, the music used to annoy me quite a lot. I remember hearing it a lot on the television, and I'm like, oh my god, not that song again. It would give me a headache.
Vum NGO.
Why did they choose that song for Grubhub? It got to the point where it just became so annoying, and then they started making memes off of it. The one thing I don't like still is the fact that YouTube removed the dislikes. And that's bad. Having dislikes is a good thing because
my design in my flag is a Nirvana logo.
A Nirvana logo? For your flag? Yeah, because for my flag it's the same as my YouTube channel logo. And then for the island tune, it's basically All-Star.
The character that
from
annoys
Smash
me the
Mouth.
most is Salad Girl.
Salad Girl? Oh, the Salad Girl from the Grubhub?
T done to use Smash Brothers ballot for years ago sucks for me.
In the Smash ballot, I was one of those people who voted for Cloud. And when later on I saw that he actually came, I screamed at the top of my lungs. I couldn't believe the fact that Cloud got in. Yeah, Cloud was my #1 pick in Smash 4 back then. I was way too happy when I found out he got in the game. And then my second choice was I forgot who my second choice was, but Cloud was my #1 option. And when he got in, I was screaming. The same way how I was screaming when Sephiroth got in, because I did not expect Sephiroth to get in. Because nobody talked about Sephiroth, because they were saying he's very unlikely, because, 1, he's too overpowered. 2, his sword is too big. 3, because Square Enix is very stingy with the music. But after he got in, and they added more soundtracks, that gave me very high hopes for the characters to have the Mii costumes too. And when I saw that, that also made me more happy too. I mean, honestly, Sephiroth had me more excited than Sora. Sora, he was just too predictable. Because a lot of leakers were spoiling him.
Dude, it feels weird eating with no sense of taste. It's like my sense of taste is now based on texture.
Yeah,
I already
Because I remember I
changed
tried
my
eating.
into chorus of heart-shaped box by
I tried
Nirvana.
eating some spicy chips when I had you know what, when I was sick, and for some reason I didn't like the fact that it tasted like nothing, and I was complaining, why can't I taste the spiciness? I was immune to the spicy taste. I couldn't taste the dang thing. Yeah, that's the one thing I hate about the symptoms. The only upside is if you eat healthy for like 2 weeks, you can lose a lot of weight out of it. So you can basically lose no, I can't access the phone because I'm using a GameCube controller. Dang it. I have to use the
Flaming
Pro
hot Cheetos
controller.
don't taste that spicy.
Or I mean, the ones specifically I eat that are extremely well, not that spicy, but very spicy is the extra hot one. That one's pretty spicy. And I add some lemon to it to double it or triple it. Well, I don't put tapatio on it because then that's
I had
destroying
the
my
thought to
stomach.
abuse my lack of taste by eating tons of gnarly and just disgusting food.
Mm. But yeah, I just eat fruits like oranges or bananas when I have the virus. And I think I've already mentioned this on my, well, I didn't mention this to YouTube, but I mentioned this on Discord where I actually lost 13 pounds for after 2 weeks of eating healthy food. And
I got food
exercising did
poisoning
help.
from shrimp.
Food poisoning? I remember when I got food poisoning from expired pizza. And my goodness, stomach flu. That's something I already mentioned this already. The stomach flu is a nightmare. Stomach flu is a big no-no. I promise you, you should never experience the stomach flu. Because yeah, you'll get a lot of diarrhea, vomiting, stomach pain. Even when you have not eaten anything, you still have this feeling of throwing up, but nothing comes out of your mouth. And that has actually happened to me. And my dad was telling me, oh, if you don't want that to happen, just drink a lot of water, which I did. But when I was at the clinic, they didn't had any specific water I wanted, because the only ones they had was the scam water. Because, all right, if anyone here has
I'm glad
drank,
everyone I know and love are still here in a new year.
if anyone has drank Dasani, y'all should know that Dasani water is actually scam water, because that water actually makes you more thirsty because of what it contains. So if you've been drinking Dasani, I suggest you stop drinking Dasani, because they make you want to drink more and more of it. Dasani is not good water. It's scam water. I never drink Dasani, but my little sister does. She still makes that mistake of drinking Dasani when she shouldn't be drinking that.
Plankton is a killer for killing all those fish.
Because the whole point of water
That
is supposed
sounds like a
to,
scam Eddie would come up with.
oh, drinking water to get you more thirsty? Yeah, that's the thing. So they can make you buy more water from them. Even Disneyland sells that brand of water, and I never buy from them. And they overpriced the water bottles, $5. Heck no, I'd rather not. Heck, and Universal, they don't mind you bringing your own water bottle. They let you carry it with you. They're nice enough to, at least Universal's nice enough to let you carry your own water. Disneyland, on the other hand, just depends on the employee. Because I've encountered employees in Disneyland where they were okay with me bringing water, but then there were some that I remember that they were strict with water, and they were told because Disneyland told them
Skim milk tastes like water.
there's some employees in Disneyland that are nice to you, and there's some that are strict because they're trying to do their job. Where, oh, you're not allowed to bring water, even though water's just water. So why not bring water? I feel like it's pretty dumb for Disneyland to restrict water from outside the park. Like, it's just water. Everyone needs water, you know. It's fair to, it's not, it's just not fair that you have to buy water from them. It's kind of a very scummy thing for Disney to do. Because at least some employees over there, they're nice to you. They tell you, oh, bring the water. I don't really care about that rule. You know, we don't have to listen to Disney. It can be a little ignorant sometimes. But yeah, that's pretty stupid. Disney is like that, where if you want to bring water, you cannot bring it into the park. You have to finish it before bringing it in. And then while some employees they don't care
I
about
missed
that
you
rule,
guys.
but they don't care about that rule, but they just tell you to make sure no other employees see you with that water, because then they'll tell you to finish it before bringing it in. Wait, what's this? An outdoor air conditioner. It's pretty ironic that I'm using an
What
air
gonna
conditioner.
happens when Nintendo Direct without the dislike if they get salty?
Ah, yeah. At this point, people aren't gonna dislike it anymore, because what's the point of disliking it if YouTube's not gonna bother showing it? I still am not happy that YouTube removed the dislikes, because that's just an insult. To me, that's an insult for YouTube to do, because removing a dislike, that's just basically calling us weak, because that we're too sensitive for having a dislike. Just because a lot of kids complain about getting dislikes on YouTube, because a lot of kids are all over YouTube, and that's basically the reason why they got strict. Criticism, no matter whether it's bad or good, even if you get negatives, even if you get dislikes, you're at least getting the attention. That's good. If people don't like your video, then that's just on them. You know, not everyone is gonna like the video. That's just how the world is. You gotta accept it. One little dislike doesn't hurt. I remember I had this individual who I blocked from YouTube. He ended up disliking my streams with 8 different accounts. I'm not gonna say his name, but reason why he started attacking me with dislikes after I blocked them. Well, the reason why I blocked him was because of his behavior towards my college friends. He was very immature.
It's as if they already had a platform specifically for kids cough cough YouTube kids cough.
Yeah, like why don't they pay attention to the YouTube Kids app? But no, it's because most kids nowadays they don't like using the Kids app. They know about the normal YouTube. Even my nieces, whenever my parents install the YouTube Kids app, they get mad about it because they don't like the YouTube Kids app. They like the regular YouTube where you're allowed to watch normal YouTube videos. You see, that's the thing. If I were a parent or guardian myself, and if I had raised kids, I would not
Why not
allow
videotape
kids.
and DVDs?
Exactly. I would
Jose, you're
not.
pretty quiet.
I grew up with DVDs and VHS. I never grew up with YouTube when I was younger. When I was around my niece's age, 4 or younger, there was no YouTube. There was VHS and DVDs. If I was a parent, that's how I would let my kids grow up, with DVDs and VHS. I would not buy them tablets or computers to watch YouTube. Because YouTube is not a safe place for kids. I forgot that you could pocket a Godzilla statue. It's pretty funny. Godzilla. Yeah, I can pocket Godzilla. Can you believe it? I can have Godzilla in my pocket. As people would say, both Kirby the Villager and Isabelle are chronologically the most dangerous characters in Smash.
2014.
I think I discovered YouTube around early 2011 or 2010, or before that, I think. I forgot how old I was. I know I was after 10 when I started discovering YouTube.
I also grew up with cable, especially Nicktoons back during 2011.
I think when I was like 11, 10 or 11, I started knowing what YouTube is.
One of my grandmas actually has a VHS player in their house, and every time I would go there I would watch a movie, usually Toy Story. She mainly had Disney movies.
Yeah. I understand why YouTube removed the Netflix app. I mean, not YouTube. I know why Nintendo removed the Netflix app from the Wii. It was because back then, on the Wii, you were able to get away with pirating movies with VHS tapes. Because you can record movies on your VHS from your Wii. And because Nintendo found out, oh, this is not good, they had to remove the Netflix app. And not only that, but it was also because supposedly the Netflix app would crash a lot on the Wii. And I myself have never experienced that, but other people said they have. Which I don't get it. I've never seen that happen. My Wii has never crashed on me when I run the Netflix app. But for other people, they said it did. And then they were saying that's why Nintendo decided to discontinue the Netflix app on the Wii. But no, the real reason I would say is because it was easy to pirate movies by just recording it from the VHS tape. I even wanted to, I remember there was a Street Fighter Alpha movie that was gonna remove from Netflix.
Street Fighter Alpha used to be on Netflix.
Yeah, it was on Netflix, and then I remember when I heard they were gonna take it off, I wanted to record it on the VHS tape, and I did. I recorded the whole movie.
But the sound of a Wii crashing is funny to me.
Oh yeah, for some reason the sound of the Wii crashing, it used to traumatize some kids, but for me it doesn't traumatize me, it just startles me a bit, but at the same time it's funny. But for one of my college friends, it kind of annoys him because he hated having to hear that every time he plays Project M. Because when you have too many mods, it could get quite annoying if it crashes on you too much. But I like it when it crashes on the funniest moments, because there's this one moment where we were playing Project M. Well, this modded version of Project M where it has 200 characters. There's this one shot we did where like it was Broly, Omega from Sonic, and I forgot which other characters. Like they were fighting, and then you see Mage Ganondorf doing a spirit ball, and then as soon as like he's about to launch it, the game crashes, and then it's a perfect shot because you see Broly and Omega about to fight, and that's a pretty cool picture to screenshot.
Who saw that deleted scene on Robot Chicken Toy Story?
Oh, Toy Story.
I remember that time.
Toy Story Robot Chicken? We don't.
I one time saw someone was playing mod Wii Sports, and when you get a gutter the game crashes.
Oh yeah. I wanted to stream the Project M mod, you know, the one with the 200 characters on Dolphin, but for some reason my emulator doesn't want to run the mod because it keeps saying that the game's not inserted, even though I do have the Smash ROM. I guess because they updated the region for it. Because I've been trying to run it, but it just wouldn't let me. I even tried running it on my Wii, but when I go to the character selection screen, the game just straight up crashes. Oh yeah, they added Freddy Fazbear in the Project M, and Foxy as well. They added the FNAF characters. They added the crewmate from Among Us playable character. They have 2D Invader Zim as a playable character. Well, he's not a playable.
That's a name.
He's actually a skin for another 2D character, but he doesn't have any voice lines either. But he is a mod, Invader Zim, in 2D format. He's a mod for another character. I remember playing as Zim in the Project M mod. It looks funny. But he has no voice lines. So I could kind of say that Project M mod basically predicted Nick All-Stars. The fact that Zim didn't have any voice lines.
There was a Game & Watch skin for said 2D character.
Even the SpongeBob mod in Project M didn't have voice lines. So that game kind of predicted, that mod predicted the Nick All-Stars. Even though they're gonna update the game eventually, where they're gonna add voices. But I heard that the reason they didn't add the voices into the characters yet was because the whole licensing problem with Viacom. That's why the alternative costumes, they were not added in early on, because they were still dealing with license issues with Viacom. Viacom is the major issue when it comes to licensing. That's why they always take down those SpongeBob YTP videos. Because they're aware that those videos are very inappropriate, but yet some could be pretty funny. Most of them are pretty inappropriate in a way. But there are some that they're not really that inappropriate, but they're still kind of funny to watch. But Viacom takes it down. Because they find every YTP inappropriate. I mean, there are some that go way too far. I could see why. But there are some that don't go too far, but they're still pretty funny.
Multiversus is gonna be better than Smash Brothers Ultimate and Nick All-Stars.
Oh yeah, Multiversus. I've never told anyone, but I actually knew that Multiverses was gonna be developed before it was leaked. It's just that
Is just that one kid that doesn't share their dollhouse in kindergarten or doesn't wanna share their basketball on the playground LMAO.
just for Multiverses, I knew about the game's development because I had a friend that, well, I'm not saying his name, but he told me about the game. 'Cause he was one of those people that got to try out the alpha test of Multiverses, and he told me the list of characters that were gonna be in the game. In the Shaggy having Ultra Instinct, that's not much of a surprise because since that's been a meme, the fact that Warner Brothers wants it to be canon now, Shaggy having Ultra Instinct because of the meme. They literally gave Shaggy Ultra Instinct. It's not much of a surprise.
I swear if Ruby Rose or Scorpion gets in.
Scorpion.
Zombination are the creators of Poppy Playtime.
Oh yeah, I asked my friend about Scorpion and Sub-Zero if any Mortal Kombat characters are in the game, and he said that he hasn't seen any that he might know of, so he doesn't know. But like he did see that on the character icons, some the ones that are not shown yet, they have the acronym letters, so it could potentially be them or it could be anyone else. He did say guarantee that Scooby-Doo is also going to be a playable character, not just Shaggy. Because it wouldn't make sense for Scooby to not be a playable character if Shaggy is. We can't have a Shaggy without a Scooby.
Well, I think he'll leave CYA guys later.
You're gonna leave? Alright. Have a good one, Melanin. Thanks for stopping by the way. It was nice having a chat. I mean, I did ask my friend that if any characters like regular show or Gumball characters were gonna be in Multiverses, and
You're welcome.
he said no, they're not gonna appear.
Why do I feel if they add Alts to All-Star Smash, one of Garfield's Alts is his costume from the Halloween special?
Unfortunately, a regular show or
newcomers could be Gumball characters and regular show characters in Multiverses.
Unfortunately, they're not in the game. It would be nice to have them, but they're not in the game. Because I did ask, and he said no, they're not in the game, unfortunately. Maybe later on they could be added, but who knows? I know they have Rick Sanchez in there. And Gandalf. Gandalf's in the game too.
No RWBY characters.
I wonder why they don't have. I don't know why they never added Ed and Eddie and Punch Time Explosion, because I was really disappointed when I found out that Ed and Eddie were not playable characters.
What do you guys think Chowder and Ormung would be like in Multiverses?
That is a good question. I always wanted Ed and Eddie as playable characters, but no, they're not playable. I'm like, bruh, everyone loves those characters, and yet they're not fighting game characters? How did they not add them in? I gotta sell these flowers. All I've been doing is just grinding. I should probably skip time so I can grind for more fossils and bells. Because that was my original intention to want to sell.
Where are JoJo characters cause Warner Brothers Japan?
Oh yeah, I don't know if they're actually gonna add JoJo characters or any anime characters in. I don't know, but that would be pretty cool though. Freaking what, a Dio versus who would Dio be facing in Multiverses if he was in the game, or Jotaro? Apparently, oh yeah, if the characters went by their canon powers, Superman would be one of the strongest characters, and the Looney Tunes characters would canonly be the strongest as well. I know that both Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck were supposed to be playable characters too. I don't know if any villains. The Joker, he's supposed to be in there actually. I do know that the Joker is supposed to be there. I guarantee. Because they have Batman, so why not the Joker? They will add the real Joker at one point. Because a lot of Joker fans would be really disappointed if they didn't add the real Joker.
Are any other Adult Swim characters coming, or were some scrapped? I
Uh,
think we all know what one of Bugs Bunny's taunt would be if they had taunts.
oh yeah, Big Chungus. Big Chungus is overpowered though. Compared to Ultra Instinct Shaggy, yeah, they're both pretty OP. If Big Chungus was a playable character instead of a taunt, then Big Chungus would wipe out the whole universe. Along with Ultra Instinct Shaggy. For some reason, my controller doesn't want to charge. I think it's the cable. My wireless controller, because it wasn't charging earlier, and I was trying to switch to it because I want to skip time since my controller doesn't have the. You know what? I'll just use the Joy-Cons. Joy-Cons are my next alternative, but I have an issue with Joy-Cons since they drift quite a lot. Joy-Cons. My Joy-Cons are trying to sync, but they're not working. Come on, Joy-Cons.
If they wanted to add a legacy character, they should do Space Ghost.
Space Ghost? Maybe. My Joy-Cons don't want to work. Come on, Joy-Cons. Don't do this to me. I just want to exit this game and skip time so I can continue grinding. And chatting. I really need to get new Joy-Cons because these are just obsolete Joy-Cons. They don't want to work. Or they don't want to sync either. Come on. Yeah, they don't want to sync. What's up with that? You know what? Hold on, let me switch controllers real quick. Alright, I'm back. Sorry I took long. I was trying to get this controller to work since I'm using a wired controller now. See. I want to see if it syncs well though. Alright. So far it's yeah, it's working fine. I just want to make sure it doesn't drift or anything. Alright. There is a bit of input delay though. Actually, no, it's not input delay. It's just the controller trying to sync. Alright. I'm using a wired Pro controller this time. I'm not using the wireless. But yeah, kind of logically, the Looney Tunes characters would be the strongest out of anyone else in multiverses. And maybe Superman as well. And then people wanted Goku and Nick All-Star, even though that's not gonna happen. Just because of Dragon Ball Z Kai. They want Goku in so badly.
Tasmanian Devil and Roadrunner can canonically alter reality the most, so I feel they'd be the most powerful.
What about Popeye the Sailor? Imagine Popeye. I wonder how it worked with Popeye. Remember how strong Popeye is in Death Battle compared to Saitama?
One can of spinach and you're done for.
Mm-hmm. One can of spinach and you're done for. And the fact that Popeye can survive being disintegrated, so even if Thanos used the Infinity Gauntlet against Popeye, Popeye would still be alive. Because he can't really be permanently disintegrated. Thanos would lose to Popeye kinda logically.
Cartoon would beat anime.
Yeah, cartoons are too overpowered. I've ever seen this one meme where Ed and Eddie characters are stronger than Goku. Pretty funny. Freaking Rolf from Ed and Eddie can beat Goku.
One way Thanos would even have a chance at winning is using the snap to get rid of spinach.
Because people were saying that Goku's ocean voice is the same voice as Rolf from Ed and Eddie.
Gaku.
SpongeBob beat Gaku? Gaku? Who's Gaku? No, I'm kidding. I know who you mean. Okay, before I skip time, I do want to go catch some sea creatures, so I'm gonna switch outfits real quick. SpongeBob beat Gaku. The fact that text-to-speech doesn't know how to pronounce character names correctly, like Goku, they say Gaku. What's a Gaku? Oops. Why do I keep when I'm using the wired controller, I get mixed up with the start and home button because I got used to the other controller, because start button is on the usually at the bottom, not the top. But for the wired one, it's on the top and not the bottom. This is what I hate about when it comes to switching controllers. It just gets confusing, and I end up pressing the wrong button. That's why when I first used the wireless Pro Controller, I was like, wait, am I not pressing the start button? What did I get rewarded for? Changing clothes? Okay. I gotta cut down a tree. I gotta sell. Well, I don't have to do this one, but see, spend bells to buy bells. Catch. I think I'll catch a bug later. I just want to get some sea creatures and then sell those too. Cause why not? What time is it in game, by the way? It is 4:35. I've been streaming for approximately 2 hours and 25 minutes. I should do another Mario Kart stream at least, because I haven't been streaming that in a while. But that depends if you guys have any good internet, because I don't want to stream the game if you guys are dealing with bad internet. So I would like to stream Mario Kart, but that would depend on your connection. And plus, I don't know how the servers work with Mario Kart. If it runs on best dedicated or best official servers, or if they run the same way.
Okay.
Yeah, because for Noah's internet, he was telling me that his wasn't acting so well on the Discord VC. So, and then for Willow's, I know his was also not that good because in Mario Party Superstars, it was so laggy. to the point where he got disconnected and he wasn't able to proceed. But it's mostly the mini games that lag, not the board, which I don't get. I don't know why it has to lag specifically on the mini games. I kind of wish it wouldn't lag. And you know how that those mini games where it shows the 4 screens, so when you guys are trying to do the the split screen mini games, I feel like for the online ones, they shouldn't do split screen where it just only shows your screen, so you don't have to worry about your opponent's screen. Because I guess that's how it works in Mario Party, where it runs on peer-to-peer servers, which is not it's not usually the best idea because it causes too much lag. The same thing could be said about the Smash servers too when it comes to playing on arenas. Next time I want to do a Smash stream, I just don't want to deal with
Animal Crossing
toxic
is
people.
the best 60 I ever spent.
I don't want to. The reason I don't, yeah, Smash I haven't been streaming that in a while because the last stream didn't go so well because the amount of drama that was going on. And I kind of don't want to deal with toxic people on YouTube from the Smash community because they just like to cause trouble and anger my moderators. They like to ruin our streams, you know. I don't like that. When toxic people do that. On Animal Crossing, you don't have to worry about dealing with toxic people. You're just playing the game peacefully. Mario Party, I mean not Mario Party, Mario Kart, it would also depend because I have dealt with one toxic person for Mario Kart. And yeah, I don't want to talk about him either because he's also a huge bad influence compared to the Left 4 Dead person. At least this game it's entirely peaceful and you don't have to deal with toxic people. Unless you deal with players that like to steal stuff from your island, then that's a different story. There should be an option to disable that too, huh? Where they don't steal your stuff unless you leave it on the ground. Or you just put a gate around it, so
complete cheater.
yeah, the Mario Kart toxic person was hacking because we could tell he was hacking because there was a bug going on where our items kept delaying and for some reason his cart was so fast it was impossible for us to catch up. It was just impossible to catch up to him. Like, it almost seemed like if he was cheating himself and he was using a modded switch. And he manipulated our items so we only get coins. So, that's kind of cheating and he didn't want to admit it. He was just denying that he cheated. And I could tell it was him, not the Left 4 Dead kid. And yeah, the Mario Kart kid, yeah, he was a show-off. He was flexing and then, yeah. I'm not saying his name, but yeah, he's a really bad influence compared to Left 4 Dead kid. But I would say that the Mario Kart person was a lot worse because how he just liked to humiliate us. Because for Left 4 Dead kid, he was just only a whiner. He just whined a lot. Because for Left 4 Dead kid, he was the type of person that would not like to take no for an answer. Even when I tell him nicely no, he still would not like to take no for an answer, even though I said it nicely to him. Yeah, he was pretty toxic compared to the Mario Kart kid. They were both pretty toxic people.
Z was a good game, especially we have too many Goku like Smash Brothers
Well,
Ultimate because of too many Fire Emblem characters.
Well, for the Mario Kart kid, the reason why I say he's worse was because he was
Oh, wow.
actually 2 people in one voice chat.
I use pipes to form it like a metro system for my island.
So yeah, Mario Kart kid was worse than Left 4 Dead kid. If I were to rank on the worst individuals I dealt with, yeah, I would say number 1 is the Mario Kart one. Not only was he toxic, he was modding. Exactly. The Mario Kart person, he was very rude to Nawani. And he was 2 people, not just 1.
Tier maker.
Yeah, if I were to make a tier list of the most toxic people, they would be first place, and then second place would be the Left 4 Dead kid. Left 4 Dead kid because he whined too much and he wouldn't take no for an answer. Even though I told him the nicest way, he just still wouldn't take no for an answer. And then even when I told him off, like, yo, hey, I don't like that you're being like this, he would apologize, that he would say he would never do it again. But yeah, he proceeds to do it again. That's why I didn't give him any more chances. I was like, you know what, I'm done with him. And on that very same time, he wanted me to stream Mario Kart because he had recently got it for the Switch. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to play Mario Kart for your sake. So I'm blocking you. I'm sorry. I just don't want to deal with you anymore. So with that behavior, where he was throwing a tantrum, it really annoyed us all. I'm not saying his name, but if you guys know who I'm talking about, yeah, you get it. But I wouldn't say he was as worse as the Mario Kart kid.
I don't give chances. One chance is what they'll ever get.
Yeah. It's because my mistake was that I was being too nice.
An eye on him, cause why not?
My mistake was that I was being too nice, and that's why Left 4 Dead kid was too obsessed with me. Because the thing I didn't tell you guys about him was that every time I would log into Steam, immediately he would try to send me an invite to play Left 4 Dead with him, or he would DM me, hey, want to play? Even though I just want to do something else, you know? What if I want to use Source Filmmaker? No, immediately he would ask me, want to play Left 4 Dead? He would not even, it's like he's been waiting for me the entire night. I'm like, is this kid okay? He sounds like he's not even human. He does not take a break from that game.
Not to mention he tried to use me as his AB to get back in, but at least that was not as bad as MK trying to throw me under the bus for something I wasn't even doing.
Oh yeah. That was the other problem with the Mario Kart kid. Because they tried to accuse you of spamming the loud noises, and I knew it wasn't you, because you kept saying that it hurt your ears. Because it wouldn't make sense. If it were you, it would not make sense. Because you clearly just said it hurt your ears.
I only play L4D solo just because I want peace and casual wiping out just to relax.
Yeah. I don't want to play with people that are toxically obsessed with the game, where they're like, yeah, let's play this game 24/7. Yeah, that kid, he as much as I didn't like him, all I can say is that he needs help, and he needs to take a break from that game every once in a while. Because to me, it just sounded like, oh, his whole life was dedicated to Left 4 Dead. And then, like, I would tell him, don't you have other people to play with besides me? Like, yeah, I get it. I'm a nice guy,
He's
but
creepy talk, say the least.
the fact that he tried to take advantage of me to play with him, I'm like, no, absolutely not. And the thing that annoyed me when I played Left 4 Dead was the fact that he kept spamming the vocalizer as Nick. Like, that would give me a headache. There's a quote that Nick says, your mom's car. And every time he spammed that would give me a massive headache. I'm like, dude, can you stop spamming that? Now I get how the others feel when I would spam the character screaming. But I feel like the your mom's car joke could get quite annoying when you overused a lot. Like, I get it. Yes, Nick, we get it. Your mom's car. But why say it again and again? Oh, because the vocalizer. Because apparently that's funny. But when being used too much, that's not funny anymore. It just gets annoying. Enough. Enough is enough. That's why whenever I would play with that kid, I wouldn't want him to play as Nick, because then he will start spamming that. And then when he plays as Ellis,
like a broken record.
When he plays as Ellis, he starts spamming those long quotes, quotes for Ellis. To the point where Ellis just doesn't stop talking, where he's just babbling. Like, my goodness.
Sometimes I played Gary S mod in solo, still fun to play.
The next person I would mark as toxic besides the Mario Kart or Left 4 Dead kid is the Gary's mod kid, because the Gary's mod kid, yeah, he kind of annoyed me in my Mario Odyssey stream because he was spamming. Oh, when are we playing Gmod? Because all he kept talking about was that he wanted to play Gmod. Because I streamed it once, and then he came up to me saying he wanted me to stream it again. Because he wanted me to stop playing Odyssey. I'm like, let me play what I want. My goodness. But Yeah, the Gary's mod kid was pretty toxic as well. While for my GTA streams, the next person I would mark toxic was the I
I
forgot
mostly
his
play
name.
RCT3 Minecraft DQ builders more than
I
any
think
other games.
the Marshall kid is the next person I would rank, but I wouldn't say he's the worst because the Marshall kid, he was just a troll. Because the one bad thing the Marshall kid did was he was trying to accuse me of doing bad things, and I didn't like that. But then later on, he was just trying to mess with me. I'm like, wow, what a troll. And then a friend of mine, we were just messing with him because what we kept doing in GTA, we were just blowing up cars. And then the Marshall kid was like, "Hey, stop blowing up cars. That's bad. Stop killing the cops. Why are you doing this?" I'm like, "It's GTA. You're supposed to commit crimes in the game. What do you expect? It's GTA. Why are you whining about us committing crimes? That's the whole purpose of the game." And then we were just laughing about it because how he sounded like he was serious about it, even though he was just trolling with us. And yeah, it was pretty funny. For 8 hours straight, we were just
Like Bloodbird ever talk about him.
yeah.
It's not
Bloodbird
El Noir.
Bloodbird remembers the Marshall kid, and it was pretty funny. We just blow up cars with a tank. Um, get chased by police. It was hilarious. That was actually a fun stream, to be honest, especially with the Marshall kid. The Marshall kid just made it more entertaining when he kept whining about it. When he's like, "Why are you blowing up cars? Uh, why don't you turn yourselves in?" Like, that's not how you're supposed to play GTA. That's not how we play it. You're supposed to be the mastermind of
I shoot down
crimes.
helicopters on San Andreas.
Exactly. That's the whole point of Grand Theft Auto. Especially online. You commit crimes, you rob banks. It's just a video game. The Marshall kid didn't like it when we did that. But he was just trolling with us. But it was funny reading those comments though, where he kept, and then like he would also complain that we're mocking him because we're not listening to his orders, telling us to stop committing crimes. I'm like, it's just a game. There's no reason to get mad about it. And then he starts saying, "But I'm not angry. I'm serious. Stop committing these crimes. Turn yourselves in. Surrender." That's all he kept saying, and that would just make us laugh. Then Bloodbird, he would basically tell him off. "Oh, the more you keep saying it, the more you're just making the stream entertaining for us."
Is he the GTA police LOL?
Pretty much, yeah, because he was defending them, and then he kept saying all police officers are good people, and we're like, no, that's false. There can be bad cops too. And then he didn't believe us. He kept saying that all cops are good people, and we were like, that's false. Not all of them are good. And then I remember on my Dead Rising stream, the only good thing that the Marshall kid did was like when they were showing a disgusting scene from Dead Rising, there was this Russian guy on my YouTube chat that was laughing at the disgusting scenes. And then Marshall would complain to the Russian guy, "Hey, stop laughing. It's not funny." Oh, and then we were like, "Oh, wow, for once Marshall said something good. Something that we shouldn't laugh about on a disgusting cutscene." And the Russian guys are laughing about it. It's not funny. Like, okay, Marshall, for once we agree with you. But seeing that disgusting is not funny. But when it's GTA, that's a different story. It's GTA. You're supposed to be a criminal. Or you just be who you want to be. Just do whatever you want. If you're just trying to grind for money. How much sea creatures have I gotten? I almost have the entire slots full of them. I just remember in one of my GTA streams, Bloodbird was the one who predicted that Kazuya was gonna be the next Smash character DLC, and my friend Willow was the one that predicted that the next character was gonna be a fighting character. He was like, "Can we have one more fighting character?" And this was right after the Pyra/Mythra reveal, believe it or not. And Bloodbird was the one that said, it's probably gonna be, character from Tekken, Kazuya. And guess what? He was right. The only thing that's funny, even though he predicted that it was Kazuya, in the trailer, Kazuya killed Ganon, and then Bloodbird happens to be a huge fan of Ganondorf, like one of his
I've been
mains.
playing Magic the Gathering way more.
So even though he predicted Kazuya, Kazuya killed one of his boys, Ganon. It's pretty ironic because in one of the I did see a picture where Tekken
E3 after E3.
Kazuya has a Link outfit. So technically Kazuya did Link's job, is defeating Ganon. He did Link a favor. So that sort of makes Kazuya a good guy in a way, even though he's meant to be a villain.
I'm barely done building my werewolves deck. I'm working on my zombies deck.
I just wonder if some people still believe that Kazuya is a broken character in Smash. I wouldn't say he's that broken, but he's pretty OP. He's basically Ganon 2.0. Because back then, before Kazuya was revealed, people were saying that Ganondorf was broken because how overpowered his forward smash and all that was. And now Kazuya's he basically took Ganon's title of the most broken character by strength. Ugh, I've been talking so much, my goodness. It was funny though. Like that Ganon was dead when Kazuya was revealed. I remember when Ken was first revealed and we saw Incineroar's eyes. I thought it was gonna be Akuma as well, but no, it wasn't Akuma because his eyes are red.
Cards are smaller than Pokemon cards.
UGI cards are smaller than Pokemon cards? I don't know. And Yu-Gi-Oh is a more difficult card game than any other, apparently, from what I heard. Yu-Gi-Oh is harder than Magic and Pokemon. Even though Google claims that
Pikachu and Kazuya were never nerfed.
I know, right? Well, actually, Kazuya
do and Kazuya do, and also the part is like my Captain Falcon is dead.
Actually, Kazuya did get a little nerfed in one of the updates because he did had an infinite.
Old school Pokemon before Pokemon.
Kazuya did get a little nerfed because he had an infinite, but they patched it, so he technically did get nerfed. Pikachu is the one that never got nerfed at all. But yeah, there are characters that are incredibly strong, but that doesn't mean they're broken. Because Kazuya, in his case, despite him being one of the strongest characters, his weakness is the end lags. Because he does have some moves that are pretty slow, but they're pretty strong too. So you can't really say that he's broken if some of his moves slow him down. So that wouldn't really make him a broken character. But for other people's point of view, they say he's broken just because how incredibly strong he is. You just gotta pay attention to his movements, because sometimes his attacks can be so slow that you can punish it. But he's not that broken when you really think about it. You just gotta pay much attention. You gotta read his movements. Like if you're close to it and you notice that he has an end lag animation, there you could punish him right there easily. The thing that surprised me one time about Kazuya was when he was able to reflect, or not reflect, but counter and reflect Sephiroth's counter reflect. Like when Sephiroth tried to use his reflect / counter against Kazuya, Kazuya was like, "No you." He drew the "No you" card and destroyed Sephiroth. Like that surprised me. On one of the matchup clips I've seen. Like dang, Sephiroth just got wrecked by the devil himself, Kazuya. The Dark Angel got wiped out by the devil himself. If they ever make another Smash game, I'm just looking forward to see how they're gonna come up with Kirby's next power-ups for the next character reveals. Because if they were to add Waluigi, then that's an easy choice. You can just give him the Waluigi hat and call it a day. And then for who else? What would he look like as Crash Bandicoot actually? Would he just wear his fur or something? I'm fast forwarding time, so I don't have to deal with waiting. If you guys don't want to get bored with this game, there's a thing called skipping time. So you don't have to wait so long. That's why on the Switch I turned off parental controls in the meantime. So because when you have parental controls
Crash
on,
could have his ears, hair, and eyebrows.
oh I see, his hair and eyebrows. Oh
Guess
yeah,
him to grind.
that is true. Because when Ryu got in Smash, Kirby has his hair, bandana, and eyebrows. And I kind of liked how Kirby looked with Ryu's powers. I really liked how they came up. I was glad that they didn't just only give him his headband. Because if it was just his headband, that would have been too lazily easy to make. I'm glad they gave him the eyebrows and the hair too. What's this? From Tammy. I've got a life tree. Maybe in the car. I always end up wanting to. And there's my lunch. Right where it doesn't belong, but chewing gum does
Cyclops
totally help.
reacts to Ryu in Smash Bros. 4. Tomorrow Pokemon Arceus Legends come out, can't wait.
Pokemon Arceus Legends? Oh yeah, my friend sent me this link to a website where you can already download the ROM to it. The thing is, if I want to do that, I'm gonna have to use a VPN for safety reasons. Because I could play the game on the emulator, it's just that the only problem is there could be some graphical bugs. And that depends on my GPU. Because my GPU is not that strong enough to run Switch games. Well, specifically if I want to do like for Smash, for example, I cannot do 8 players on Yuzu because then the game lags a lot. If I just do 1v1s, then the game runs perfectly
it's quite
fine.
I like the idea of Kirby's hat for Steve was the easiest to design.
Oh yeah, the Kirby hat for Steve was the easiest. And then Kirby has Game & Watch. You make him dark, and then he does the Game & Watch animations. Fishing rod, shovel. I need the shovel. What else do I need? The ladder. The vaulting pole. I gotta look for those fossils. Alright. Alright, a lot of fruit trees. A lot of fruits have grown already, which is pretty good. The thing is, I don't get why the tomatoes aren't growing pear anymore.
Do you think on the Waluigi hat Kirby would also have his mustache or eyeshadow?
Oh yeah, maybe, I don't know. I thought he would have his nose, but I'm like, nah, I don't think he would have his nose. If Kirby had Waluigi's power, but it would be pretty funny if they included the nose, but I don't think that would be it because when he had Wario's ability, he doesn't have the nose or mustache. That would be pretty cool to see for Waluigi. But no, I think they'll just give him the hat and that's it. A lot of people were saying that because of the Waluigi fans becoming toxic, that Waluigi wasn't in Smash, and they started attacking Sakurai over it, that basically caused them to lose their chance hoping for Waluigi to ever appear in the next game as a playable character. That's if they ever plan on working on the next Smash game, which obviously not right now, since Ultimate was their latest work. And Sakurai does need a vacation from Smash, because he's been dealing with a lot of toxicity. The man deserves a rest, you know. Give him a break. He's already had enough.
Spider-Man reacts to Mega Man in Smash Bros. 4 during at E3 2013.
Poor Sakurai though, he had to deal with a lot of hate when Waluigi fans didn't get what they want. Because they were attacking him on Twitter for what, like too many times. And the other annoying part for poor Sakurai was he was saying that every game he would play while Smash was still having the DLCs, a lot of people would assume, oh, because he played this game,
Smash
this
fans
character
are
has
salty.
yeah, Smash fans are, it could be too toxic. They predict too many things. They assume, oh, because Sakurai likes this game, this character is gonna come to Smash. And a lot of people were saying that they knew that Steve was coming to Smash because they saw that anyone who had Sakurai as a friend on the Switch saw that he was playing Minecraft a lot on the Switch. So that made them believe, oh, Steve's coming to Smash. And that was kind of a big leak right there. And this could have been avoided if Sakurai was playing Minecraft on a different console. But he was only playing it on his Switch. So that was basically a free dead giveaway that Steve was coming. Just because he was playing Minecraft on the Switch. Then Sakurai said, you know, see, that's the problem. Just because I play a game on the Switch, a lot of people are going to quickly assume I'm going to put this character in the game. And I don't want them to always guarantee.
Newcomers.
But yeah, the idea of
Not to mention one of the rules about Smash is that the game has to be on the Switch to be in Smash, and Minecraft is one the Switch, Wii U, and 3DS.
oh yeah, see, that's why Steve got in Smash, because he was basically in most Nintendo consoles, that the most modern Nintendo consoles. So that's why he got in. And then people were saying, how could Steve be a Smash character if he doesn't necessarily have any good combat moves? I'm like, I mean, have you? Remember, we have Game and Watch that has that's also a bizarre choice. And then we got Animal Crossing characters that they're not necessarily fighters, but yet they still qualified in Smash as fighters. So like, you can't really complain who gets in or who doesn't get in just because they're not fighters. Steve, you could still say he's a fighter because he does use a sword. But people were saying, but it's just simple animation, and he's probably the easiest character to develop in Smash. That's why people didn't want him in the game. But I remember I heard that there was an idea.
They think Smash Brothers Ultimate is a dead game.
And there was people saying that there was an idea that got scrapped where you were able to port your Minecraft maps in Smash Ultimate. That would have been a cool idea, actually. Putting your Minecraft map into as one of the stages, that would have been cool. But unfortunately, that didn't happen because the development team didn't have the time to program that, and that would take too long. So they were like, nah, let's scrap that idea. But that would have been cool though, porting in your Minecraft map in Smash. When you really think about it, that would have been a really cool idea. I remember when Sora didn't get in on the first pack, and all the Sora fans were complaining, oh, and Sora didn't get in, and then all the Sora haters were just telling them,
Steve should be removed in the next Smash Brothers game.
I remember the Sora haters were like, oh, quit whining, life doesn't always go your way, get over it. And then when Sora actually got in, the Sora fans were like, you were saying about life doesn't always go your way? And then now it backfired to them. Life doesn't always go your way. That's a phrase I always hear from the Smash community when somebody gets upset that the character they don't want gets in the game. Oh, get over it. Life doesn't always go your way. Build a bridge and get over it. That's the most common phrase I heard from the community. Build a bridge and get over it. But yeah, the fact that Sora got in, it was a mix for me. Like, I liked it, but at the same time, I was not okay because the leakers. I mean, just because of the leakers spoiling it is what kind of ruined it. Which was giving me hopes that I hope that they at least put somebody else just to prove the leakers wrong that it's not Sora. Because they've been saying that it's Sora on every single leak.
Nope, Minecraft is too popular.
Yeah, and plus Nintendo and Microsoft have been pretty good friends now, so like that's why people. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Just because of Nintendo and Microsoft getting along very well, that's what made a lot of people believe that Doomslayer had a big high chance of being a playable character, not a Mii costume. But when he got turned out as a Mii costume, you know, that really let down the Doom fans. When that happened, I thought Master Chief was gonna be the last DLC. When I saw that Doomslayer was a Mii costume, I actually thought it was gonna be Master Chief from Halo. But no, it was Sora. To be honest, if it was Master Chief, I would have been okay with that, at least. Because Halo is also known to be a popular game and iconic. Because I did have my doubts for Sora when people kept saying that Sora was coming in. I was like, nah, there's no way it's gonna be Sora, but then the fact he got in.
Microsoft is the best, better than Apple.
Oh yeah. Microsoft. And then recently that they bought Activision, that means that they have the rights to Spyro and Crash. So that means if the next Smash game is made, Crash has a higher chance of making it now because of Microsoft buying Activision. Crash is no longer gonna be part of PlayStation, from what I heard. That means
They think Hayabusa was in the game of Smash Brothers, that's not gonna happened.
you know who else I thought would have been a villain that made more sense?
Most PPL didn't think Sora would get in due to how strict Disney can be with link ensing.
Yeah. It was Disney, and then the fact Square Enix are very sensitive with their properties when it comes to Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts. Dragon Quest, they were completely okay with it because it's a whole different issue. They weren't that worried about Dragon Quests, but when it comes to Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts, yeah, they were pretty concerned about it. When Banjo Kazooie got in though, that was a huge excitement to all the Banjo fans because they had given up hope.
Loves it when Hero was in Smash.
I remember how upset the Banjo fans were when Banjo couldn't make it in Smash 4, so they started making those fan animation of Banjo depressed. But when he later got added to Ultimate, they made an update animation where he's very happy. Banjo was pretty hype though, honestly, but I know some people that don't like Banjo either.
What about Banjo haters?
Yeah, I know some people that don't like Banjo in general. Yeah, they say that, oh, Banjo's a pretty bad game, but it's a pretty silly game. If it's a bad game, then why is it on Switch Online? That's my question. And then they're like, oh, it's because Nintendo has a taste for bad games. That's why. I'm like, oh, okay. Nintendo has a taste for bad games. Or they know that the fans have a taste for pretty bad games.
Hey.
Uh-huh. You want to come over? Yeah, sure, why not? I do need a break from fishing.
I don't play Banjo, but who asked for this in Smash Brothers Ultimate?
The community, because I remember going in a Smash community group on social media. A lot of people wouldn't stop talking about Sora. They wouldn't stop talking about Ridley. Back in when Smash 4 was a popular game, a lot of people would talk about Ridley. They were like, "Oh, Ridley's gonna be in the next game." Oh no, he isn't. Oh, Dark Samus is gonna be in the next game. Oh, Isabel's gonna be in the next game. Tom Nook's gonna be in the next game. Who else? More Pokemon, you know. They kept talking about all of that. And then the Sora haters were like, the Sora haters were like, Sora's not coming in at all, even though he was the #1 pick in Smash 4. Because they were like, he's very unlikely because, you know, like we already said, the licensing with Disney. But then Disney's like, yeah, okay, you could have Sora, but only Sora, nobody else but Sora. No Donald, no Goofy, no Mickey. And then Nintendo had to pay over $400,000 just to show the Mickey Mouse keychain for 2 seconds. $400,000. That's how expensive it was for Nintendo to pay Disney to allow them to use the keychain. It cost $400,000.
When I put Ryu for Smash in Smash Community during Inmiverse back then. 400grantg's Disney.
Yeah. 400 grand? Yet. $400,000. Show the Mickey Mouse keychain for 2 seconds. Yeah, I want to play. Time for the funnest game. It's called High Card, Low Card. If you get it right, you're gonna win the student cap. Okay. Show me the number. 8. So, okay. I have a higher chance of getting a smaller number than getting a big number. It's definitely gonna be a lower card because it can't. It's 1 out of 9% chance that it's gonna be lower. Because if it's a 9, then I just failed miserably. It has to be lower. It can't be higher than. There's only one number higher, and all the other numbers are shorter, so it's gonna have to be lower. There you go. That's easy. See, if it was like 5, then 5 or 6, it would have been harder to tell. Maybe. The mini game's a lot easier when they give you smaller numbers or bigger numbers. Right. What is a student cap? What do you get rewarded with? Oh, cool. It's still a gray Jotaro Kujo hat. If it was a black one, that would have been cooler than there, Jotaro Kujo. I'm gonna take off the hat though. Okay. More music. Thank you.
Mega Man, I just want Spider-Man in Smash Brothers.
We cannot have fourth party characters, unfortunately. How many people still want Godzilla in Smash, even though it's very unlikely because he's way too big compared to Ridley. He's a ginormous monster. And plus, it's not a video game character, so the reason why Sora also got qualified in Smash because he started off as a video game character, so that's why people had high hopes for Sora. He qualifies as a video game character. Which, yeah, that is true. He is a video game character. He did not start off as an anime or manga series character. He literally started off as a video game. And then also, Sora's design, he was actually going to be a human-lion hybrid, actually. And then his weapon wasn't actually going to be a Keyblade originally. It was supposed to be a chainsaw sword. But because of Disney telling Square, can you tone that down a bit? Because the chainsaw is too much. They had to choose a key instead to make it more friendly. Because just imagine Sora using a chainsaw instead of a Keyblade. And then him being a human-lion hybrid. Because I did see the design for Sora. The early design. He was originally a hybrid. A human-lion. 'Cause I did see the design for Sora, the early design. He was originally a hybrid. A human lion. A human lion. 'Cause I did see the design for Sora, the early design. He was originally a hybrid. A human lion. 'Cause I did see the design for Sora, the early design. He was originally a hybrid. with a chainsaw sword. That is pretty edgy for Square to do, though. Giving him a chainsaw as a sword. Why a chainsaw though in a Disney game though? When you really think about it, why a chainsaw? What was Square thinking when they thought of Disney chainsaw? So you're telling me Donald and Goofy is gonna team up with a human lion kid that wields a chainsaw as a weapon? How did Square thought it would be okay for that at first? Well, the designer for the person who designed the early design of Sora. Oh, he's gonna have a chainsaw. Like that's not appropriate for a chainsaw to be in the Disney games. That's like saying Doomslayer should be in Kingdom Hearts because he has a chainsaw. I remember the non-Kingdom Heart fans, specifically DreamWorks, they would say, "Why isn't Shrek in Kingdom Hearts?" I'm like, dude, he's from DreamWorks, not Disney. But that would be pretty funny to see Shrek in Kingdom Hearts, even though he's a DreamWorks character. I always dreamt that there was one day gonna be some company is gonna make their own version of Kingdom Hearts, but it's gonna be based on the DreamWorks movies. Like they're gonna make their own version of Kingdom Hearts, but I don't know what it would be called. And yeah, it's still gonna have anime characters, but then they're gonna have crossovers with DreamWorks. That would be pretty weird, but yet kind of funny. Just imagine Shrek talking to anime characters in a crossover like that. That would just be funny. That would be silly. Just like how I had that dream where even DreamWorks is gonna make their own Smash game, which they kind of technically did with that one Shrek fighting game. But imagine if they made another DreamWorks fighting game where like all the DreamWorks characters have their own crossover, and it's basically Smash, but it's DreamWorks characters. Megamind, Shrek, you name it. I mean, if that were to happen, which character would you main from DreamWorks? That's the first question. Besides Shrek, what other good characters from DreamWorks can you main?
Ho.
Oh, Bowser? You mean Bowser? No, I'm kidding. Jack Black? I bet somebody already made a Jack Black voice mod for Bowser. I wouldn't be that surprised. Someone already made a voice mod for Jack Black over Bowser.
Yeah, fet.
I know they made a... What would be another one? Are there any other Mario characters that are not listed as that have voice actors yet? I know Yoshi is one of them. People say they want Tom Holland to play Yoshi, which that would be pretty silly to hear. And then they want Waluigi to be voiced by Robert Downey Jr. for some reason. And then they want Dwayne Johnson to voice Rosalina, which I don't get why. Why Rosalina with a very deep voice? I don't get it. Why Dwayne Johnson out of anyone else? Could have been any other female voice. But no, they chose Dwayne Johnson because of the memes. They chose The Rock out of anyone else. And then people were like, is Kirby gonna be in the Mario movie? I'm like, no, even though yes, he is part of Nintendo, but no. He would not be in the Mario universe though, that's the problem. It still shocks some fans that Charles Martinet is not gonna voice Mario and Luigi in the movie though. Even though he's the one and only best Mario and Luigi voice. But people were defending this, that they were saying that the reason why they didn't want Charles to voice those two was because Mario and Luigi would have too many voice dialogues, and Charles would get tired of voicing the characters. You know, it's gonna hurt his throat having to switch the pitch of the voice every time. That's understandable. Because yeah, that does take a lot of hard work to do, having to voice multiple characters at once. Then you have to switch the pitch of your voice or the tone of your voice. Yeah, it would push Charles into too much pressure to his throat. I'm gonna sell. What are you selling? Sell this. Not the pears, but this, this. The student cap. I'll keep it. Is that a wrestling ring? Can I buy that?
This is like the equivalent of Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu, but has actually made sense if you watched Detective Pikachu.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Detective
No
Pikachu,
way this shouldn't be voice for a female for Rosalina. I was turning into Hulk when I saw it and that get me triggered.
yeah, Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu. Yeah, it makes sense because Detective Pikachu. But I heard that the second movie got canceled. I don't know. I don't know if any of you saw the article, but the idea of the second movie, like it was being made, but then one of the actors revealed that the second movie, for some reason, they just completely canceled and gave up on the project. I guess because the movie didn't get as popular as the Sonic movie, that's why it didn't really succeed. Because the Sonic movie basically outsold the tickets more than Pokemon did.
There were memes of Danny DeVito voicing Pikachu.
I see. Register a song. Mr. KK. Dwayne Johnson. And Robert Downey Jr. voicing Waluigi. I just wonder how is he gonna do the Waluigi voice for if they were to actually make Robert Downey Jr. voice Waluigi. How are they gonna do that? Iron Man, Waluigi, how? How's that gonna sound like? That just sounds pretty funny. But Seth Rogen for DK, I could see why people chose Seth Rogen for DK though. But imagine Robert Downey Jr. for Waluigi. That's just very silly. Too silly. And then Jack Black Bowser. I mean, the one for Jack Black already made me laugh enough. That one was just too funny. How long have I been streaming? 3 hours? My goodness. And all I've been doing is socializing about different topics while just grinding my business. I should be grinding some fruits and food and flowers and sell them.
Again, there's no way The Rock can't played as the female voices.
Yeah, it would sound weird too if he even tried. So I'm pretty sure he would say no if they were to ask him, "Hey, you want to voice Rosalina?" He's probably gonna say no, because how am I gonna do that? And plus, that's gonna upset the fans. So obviously, no. How's that gonna work? Like he could voice a tough male character, but a female character, absolutely not. He's gonna make that serious eyebrow meme with the Vine Boom sound. Yeah, people, if they were to actually ask him to do it, he would probably say no. Then that would just be weird. But Yoshi, yeah, Yoshi having a voice and speaking. I mean, yeah, we did had a cartoon Yoshi talking. We have had a Yoshi talking before that addresses Luigi as a mama. Luigi's a mother. Mama Luigi. Has Yoshi ever like canonically spoken in other games too? Like full dialogue voices besides just saying his name.
That's mama logic to you, Mario. Must turning Hulk or Super Saiyan or use a stand user.
I have too many. I still don't get why the tomatoes aren't growing though. I thought it's supposed to grow more than just one. It's been days already in the game and it still hasn't grown more multiples. I'm just picking up all the flowers so I could sell them, even though they don't sell for a lot. But still, you know, if I'm as long as I'm grinding something, even if
More
it's
grow if you water them.
yeah, I noticed that because there. I remember I left some empty spaces here, and yet they still grew a lot more.
You need to pick them first.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I see. Pick them up and then water them. So they have to be brand new. Because if they're not, if they have not been.
Tony Stark Waluigi.
Tony Stark Waluigi.
Vor NGO.
Give me that present. Well, what do you got in there? Money? No, my slingshot is dead. Oh well. What do we got here? A dreamy bed. I think I already have a bed that you can sleep in. Wait, what does it look like though? I think the bed I have is Luna's bed though. Oh, it's just a dreamy bed. I think I could give that to somebody. Who should I give that to? Yeah, it comes with a teddy bear.
Weird, I thought TBH spam bots would appear more often.
TBA spam bots? You mean the ones that just spam random letters? Cause not too long ago, at least one or two appeared. And they were just spamming random letters. I don't know why they show up to our streams to do that. I'm gonna pick up the tomatoes. I remember, even though I picked them up, I remember I still watered them too. I don't know why they still didn't grow more though. It's pretty weird. I'm gonna water them this time, just to be extra sure.
Apparently it's a link to some weird website and I ain't checking it out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna... I thought it was just some random spam bot that just wants to, hack into your channel. I thought the link just... No, my watering can died too. Oh man, my... Everything is dying in this universe. What do I need to craft? Small wooden parchment. Oh yeah, I need a watering can with soft wood and iron nugget. Okay. Then I also need a new slingshot. Do I have any hard wood? Yes, I do. And then soft wood. And then some iron nuggets. Absolutely. Let's craft. This game is as fun as Minecraft. Because in Minecraft, you're basically doing the same thing. You're farming, you're grinding, you're trying to build your own house. No, I'm kidding. I mean, yeah, you could compare this to Minecraft in a way. Softwood. I need a watering can.
It would be cool if you could import models from SFM into whatever VTuber thing you're using, so you could import your character or Shyla in.
That would be cool, actually. Yeah. I've always wanted to do that, but I want to know how to import SFM models into the VR. I remember somebody told me that I should do that with the Rockfit, but then the thing is, the reason why I didn't like that would be a cool thing, but the problem is characters wearing a helmet, so you wouldn't really see much of a facial expression. Because I would want to use a character that shows more expressions, you know, and that's why I'm using a bear, because I could change his expression based on reaction. So if I'm like shocked or something, I could have the mouth open. Well, I don't know if it's detecting my face because I have the lights off in my room. Let me turn that on, the lamp. Because whenever I'm in a dark room, it can barely detect my face. But whenever I'm near light, it has a better chance of viewing my face. Alright, it's water. I want some water. I'm as thirsty as the plants. Like right now. Should be getting some water.
BRB.
I'm all out of water. Drink some water. Alright. I'll pick this up. Give me that. And then water it, like he said. Pick it up and then water it. I thought I've done this before and yet it still didn't grow. Oh well. Pick up. Pick up. Because with all this food, I could sell for a lot of money. Well, depending on which one it is. Because if it's fruits that are not from my island, like, for example, apples or oranges or peaches, because I do have pears, they sell for a little more, apparently. That's what I read. If I sell fruits from other people's islands that are not the same as mine, then they sell for more.
Vegeta Captain Falcon when Sakurai talk about Japanese voice actor.
Oh yeah, when Sakurai mentioned Dragon Ball. Oh yeah, speaking of which, my friend Pika has been calling me a lot, but the thing is I haven't been able to answer his phone calls, and I tried texting him, but he hasn't responded, because I was asking him what's up. I texted him. He's been trying to phone call me, but he would call me whenever, like, I'm busy. Because whenever I was busy, I would get his phone calls, and I tried texting him, like, oh, what's up? And I got no answer. So I don't know if he still uses the same number or if someone else is using his phone number. Because I've been texting him, but he hasn't really responded. And then he did say he was gonna return to Twitch soon, since he hasn't been streaming, because he was busy with work.
What did happen to Pika?
He hasn't been streaming for almost 2 years already. Because of work, and then he had to buy a new computer. Because his old one stopped working. I guess he's trying to buy the most expensive computer and microphone he can. So that way he can be a good streamer. That's what he's trying to work for. But it does take a lot of time. But I think what slows him down is maybe his... Well, I don't know if he lives on his own or with his family, but maybe what slows him down is that he has to pay bills. But that depends on what he does. But yeah, he's been trying to call me, and then I text him, and he wouldn't answer me. I don't know if somebody's using his phone number, or... But he did leave me a voicemail. And I only heard like a little bit of his voice. I don't know what he tried to call me for. Maybe he was gonna ask me something about what kind of computer he should get. The thing is, I'm not an expert in that. He could ask,
He should be okay. I hope he is doing okay.
Yeah. He should ask Ryan about which computer he should get, because Ryan is the expert, because I wouldn't know much. Only Ryan would know. If he wants to ask anyone about computers, Ryan's the only one. Of like PC specs and all that. And when which one is the most expensive. Because I think that's what Pika's trying to do. So that way, whenever he streams Dragon Ball Fighters or Left 4 Dead or anything, or Monster Hunter.
And fixing the Joy-Con of yours.
Oh yeah, I did wanted to ask him if he could fix my Joy-Cons. Because I know he could fix Joy-Cons. I want him to fix mines. Because mine's drift too much, and I left my Joy-Cons unplugged. Getting all the fruits so I could sell them too. Doom Eternal. But yeah, the fact that The Last of Us Part 2 won 2020 Game Awards, even though a lot of people were saying that game was trash, The Last of Us Part 2. I don't get how that game won, even though people were saying that game was trash. From 2020. I know that, what was it? Smash won Best Fighting Game of 2018? That was Game Awards 2018 when it came out. Because Game Awards, they only award games that came out on the same year. Vor.ngo. What are these Vor.ngo bots? What is with these bots? Vor.ngo. I wonder what's the content. Like, yeah, I heard supposedly they take you to weird websites, which I will not click. But, somebody did tell me that, yeah, they're supposed to hack into your YouTube channel and steal it, which is why I'm not clicking it. Which is why I'd rather block them. You know what I'm gonna start doing though?
Spider-Man Miles Morales
I'm probably
shouldn't he been won at Game Awards in 2020.
I'm probably gonna start you know how I have a blacklist that blocks bad words? I'm probably gonna block the vor.ngo message so the bots can stop spamming it. That way YouTube automatically blocks the message. vor.ngo. Yeah, those bots need to stop spamming these. It's already annoying me, the bots. Give me all of those fruits. Oh yeah, this tree hasn't been growing though. Or yeah, actually, yeah, it has been growing. It's just that it's small. Because I'm not supposed to have them close to each other, or else they can't grow. So. But yeah, Pika mostly calls me around the morning or the afternoon. And I'm usually busy around that time, man. I wasn't able to answer his phone calls. I wonder what he wants. Or if it's even him, because I don't know if he changed his number or not. But yeah, the next time he calls me, I should answer it if I can, if I have the time, and then if it's not him, then he probably changed his number.
And of course, Final Fantasy VII Remake shouldn't he been won.
Yeah. Why not these? I think that's about it. Yeah. So I am getting a little tired. I do want to take a break after grinding. Alright, what time is it right now in the game? 9:45 a.m. Okay. I have too much money.
Holy cow, the return of the Fet Bear.
The Fet Bear, yeah. I haven't been using it for a while. I wanted to start using it again. Oh my goodness, more cherries. I forgot to get those cherries. Oh, I gotta take this off though. Boom.
Too bad Mario Party Superstars didn't win in Game Awards 2021.
I feel like it didn't win because its online multiplayer was trash because how laggy it is. That's why it didn't win. Like, yeah, the game did do good, but it didn't win because online was complete garbage. It reminds me of Iron Man for some reason. Power suit. Uh, Pretty cool power suit. More glasses? What we got here? I'll buy the power suit then. Yeah, why not?
Back 4 Blood also didn't win as well.
I'm not that surprised Back 4 Blood didn't win. That game wasn't that good because yeah, there was too many glitches. The characters were too boring, while the Left 4 Dead characters were way better. Yeah, the characters in Back 4 Blood, they were pretty boring actually. They weren't as good. They were too bland. Wait, why did I go in here? I was trying to deposit my money, not sell stuff.
I'm so tired, I want to go home already. I'm at work right now.
You're at work right now? How many hours
At
have...
S House K1NGS feel.
How many hours you've been working since the morning? You've been working above 12 hours? Oh yeah, the one thing that ruined the Back 4 Blood, according to the community, is that there wasn't gonna be mods for Back 4 Blood. Uh, but that isn't the only thing that ruined the Back 4 Blood. It was just more like the game was just too boring by the story and the characters.
Since 2 p.m. I get out at 10:30 p.m.
Oh, really late. It's 2 p.m. and you get out at 10:30. That's eight and a half hours. At least, have you ever worked above 12
I work
hours?
48 hours next week, so I'm excited about that. LOL JK.
Even though you get tired. Have you ever worked above 12 hours in one day? I know, Sushi Blade said he has worked above 12 hours before because, Taco Bell, they would sometimes force him to stay there. To stay overtime. Which, dang, that really sucks for him. They make him stay there longer.
The most I did was 10 hours.
10 hours? My goodness. It is quite a lot, but above 12? I feel like more than 12 is...
Also, I need to go now.
Alright, take care, Neon. Because I'm probably going to end the stream too, because I am getting pretty tired as well. Storage.
I have to go back to work.
Alright. Take care, Neon. I'm probably going to end now. Been streaming for almost 4 hours already. Alright, I'm going to take a break.